You're listening to the Orange and Blue Sports Network, the official home for student play-by-play at the University of Florida College of Journalism and Communications. Now, let's take you live to the press box. It's Florida Gators baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
It's a Chili's Tuesday evening here in Gainesville, Florida, and we are set for some Gator baseball live from Condron Family Ballpark. It's the number 6 ranked Florida Gators against the Jacksonville Dolphins. Hello, everybody. My name is Hugh Green, alongside my broadcasting partner, Ethan Eibe. And Ethan, we're in for a good matchup today between two in-state rivals with a lot of history between them.
Absolutely. This will be a good one here between the Florida Gators and the Jacksonville Dolphins. Nice little midweek action. This will be good. They're coming off their first conference win against the Texas A&M Aggies this past weekend, which was really great to see against an undefeated Aggies team. So a lot to look forward to for this Florida Gators team. Let's just get this one under our belt, and then LSU coming up this weekend in Baton Rouge. That'll be huge.
Yeah, on the road in Baton Rouge is never an easy place to go. And as you said, took 2 out of 3 from the Aggies this past weekend. Wins on Friday and Sunday, so it was a good weekend overall from them. The pitching was a little bit better than it has been to start this season. They have a team ERA of 5.71 coming into today. Tell us a little bit about the struggling pitchers for the Gators so far
Yeah,
this
definitely.
season.
It hasn't been as consistent as a year ago. That team was just a juggernaut. You had that consistent offense, but also that pitching staff of Brandon Sproat, Hurston Waldrop, Jack Caglione Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We've been relying quite a bit on those younger arms this go-around. Cade Fisher, the sophomore, on Fridays, and Liam Peterson, the freshman, on Saturdays, with Cags going on Sundays. That bullpen has presented some issues at times as well, but a lot of things looked better against Texas A&M. Kevin O'Sullivan really trusted Brandon Neely with a lot of those crucial innings, and obviously guys like Neely and Slater are going to be your rock in that bullpen. He gave Neely 3 innings on Friday to get that opening win against Texas A&M to start SEC play. Had him go 7 and 8 on Sunday before being pulled in favor of Luke McNeely, and I want to touch on that because Luke McNeely is a freshman who has been struggling heavily to start this season. So that must have been a huge confidence boost for the young freshman to come in, allow a runner on, but then get the final 3 outs of that game to secure the series win against the Aggies.
Yeah, and to get the first save of his young career for McNeely. And tonight, it'll be a new starter on the bump for the Gators that we have not seen this season. It'll be Ryan Slater going for Florida on the mound tonight, his first start of the season. What are you expecting from him tonight?
Well, Slater for his 7th career start. This will be a nice way to bridge the gap to that LSU series. Give a guy who is definitely a clear-cut veteran an opportunity to go against an in-state rival. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Ryan Slater can do. And he's done some great stuff against JU before. 9 total innings against them in his career, and he's only allowed 1 earned run.
So he'll be going up against Blake Barquin of Jacksonville, who has not fared well so far this season, as over a 10 ERA. So we'll take a quick break here, and we'll get you the starting lineups and first pitch coming up right after this on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Hey, Russell Wilson here, and I know how important exercise is.
It's essential. It's essential.
With Play 60, United Way and the NFL are helping kids stay active and play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids, healthy kids.
But what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60, because great things happen when we live united.
Donate, donate.
Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
There are some things you can only do once in a lifetime. Graduate high school, get your first job, and if you're a young man about to turn 18, there's one other thing, which is also the law: registering with Selective Service. It's fast, it's easy, and you only have to do it once your entire life. Just visit your post office or sss.gov on your computer or smartphone. Do it and keep yourself eligible for a lot of other once-in-a-lifetime experiences, like that first college loan or Pell Grant, or U.S. citizenship if you're an immigrant.
Hello, I'm John Lithgow. Manatees are unique, among the most amazing animals on Earth, but they're endangered. We pose the greatest threat to their survival. Many manatees are killed or injured by boats or other recreational activities. I'm a writer of children's books, including one about manatees, and I believe education is the key. You can be part of the solution. Please contact Save the Manatee Club right now. Call 1-800-432-JOIN. Thank you.
Are you saving for a big purchase or just trying to put money away for a rainy day? The National Foundation for Credit Counseling offers these tips to help you meet your savings goals. Set aside money from every paycheck, bank any raises, bonuses, or tax refunds, and put away loose change every night. It adds up. For more tips on how to save money and reach your financial goals, call a certified NFCC counselor at 1-800-388-2227 or visit nfcc.org, a public service from the National Foundation for Credit Counseling.
Welcome back to Condron Family Ballpark and the Orange and Blue Sports Network. We're getting set for some Gators baseball midweek action as they go up against the visiting Jacksonville Dolphins. So for your starting lineup for Jacksonville tonight, in center field leading off will be Will Gale. In left field, Blake Edmonds. Hitting third, playing second base, Justin Nadeau. Batting cleanup, playing first base, Josh Steidel. Batting fifth at third will be Aiden Masters. Out in right field, batting sixth is Adriel Delgado. Batting seventh, the DH Chandler Howard. Batting eighth, behind the plate, Connor Spellman. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Cade Hentz. So these Jacksonville Dolphins have a couple very quality hitters in their starting lineup even. Tell me about a couple of them.
Yeah, Justin Nadeau is definitely a guy to watch. An ASUN all-freshman team appearance last year, leading the club with a .393 batting average. And Josh Steidel sliding into that cleanup role this evening, leading the team in home runs and RBIs. He's hit 6 bombs this year to go along with 23 runs driven in. So those two guys are definitely going to be the power of this Jacksonville lineup, Hugh.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a lineup that likes to run. They're a speedy team. They've stolen 29 bags so far this season. That's 29 to the Gators, just 11 on that side. So 29, a lot of steals, a lot of speed in this lineup. Yeah,
this isn't a lineup that's going to blow you away offensively like the Gators are capable of doing. You know, Gators are a team that relies a whole lot on the home run ball. Jacksonville, they're going to be a team that plays a lot of small ball. If they can get on and they can get them over, maybe they can get them in.
Yeah, definitely. That'll be something that the Gators and Ryan Slater on the mound will need to watch out for, keep them close on the bags. So we're getting set for play here as the first the celebrity first pitch is thrown. A little short on that one.
Do we even know who that is?
I do not, sadly. She's got a crown on.
Maybe you have some homecoming queen or something along those lines?
I would assume so. That does describe her well. So the Gators going into tonight, 12-7 on the season, 2-1 in SEC play. The opposite for Jacksonville, 7-12 in their season. And they had an opening conference series victory last weekend. That was against Stetson. They went 2-1 in that series. So both teams coming into this midweek action riding a pretty hot hand.
Yeah, Jacksonville's been a streaky team this year. First of all, they haven't been good on the road. They're 0-4, so still searching for their first win there. They have had 3 losses over at Cal State Fullerton last week, and then they lost to Bethune-Cookman right after that. They've had separate 5- and 6-game losing streaks this season that have accounted for all but one of their losses, with those wins dotted in between. And Florida has been a team that hasn't exactly fared well with their midweeks this year. Obviously, they've had that winning record, but more often than not, they've been faltering in the midweeks, just trying to see what they have. Overall, it's been solid. 32-9 in midweek non-conference games dating back to last year. But this Gators team hasn't been the best at home compared to a year ago. Just to put that in perspective, they're 9-5 at home this year. You don't know how many games they lost at home all of last year?
How many?
6. And we are just starting conference play. So, no, this team is not the juggernaut that it once was, but still a whole lot of potential there for the 6th-ranked team in the nation.
Yeah, definitely. Coming into today, number 6. They moved up in the rankings after beating previously unbeaten Texas A&M. They were down to 8 last week, up to 6 now. As the Gators take the field here in their home white uniforms with the blue script Florida across the chest. against the Jacksonville Dolphins in their away green uniforms with Dolphins written in gold across the chest and gray pants with green piping.
Get to the defense here for the Florida Gators. In the outfield, Landon Russell in left, making his second career start. Jalen Guy in center. Ty Evans, the right fielder. In the Gator infield, third to first, Tyler Shelnut gets the start at the hot corner. Colby Shelton slides in at short. Kate Kerwin at second with Jack Caglione at first. And it's Luke Heyman behind the dish for Ryan Slater.
And this game, with Ryan Slater on the mound, the right-handed pitcher, Jacksonville kind of combated that with 5 lefties in the lineup. That's something that their coach definitely looked into doing tonight.
And Slater's not going to be a guy that blows you away with any high heat. He tops out at around 92, 93. He can get it up there, though, and he's more of a guy that relies, I believe, on the pitches like the slider or the changeup. So we'll see how he fares here against this JU lineup.
So we're getting ready for first pitch here in Gainesville, Florida. Thank you for joining us on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. The first pitch from Ryan Slater is low and away for ball 1. Their start time tonight, 6:32 p.m. Slater working quickly. The 1-0 count is right down the middle with a fastball for strike 1. Slater's 1-1 pitch here. He swung on and missed. A good off-speed there on the outside as Gale swung right through it, the right-handed batter. The 1-2 is fouled away down the right side into the stands.
Hugh, if there's one thing you can count on, it's a quick pace from these Florida pitchers. Ryan Slater's not the only guy that does this.
Yeah, they do not care for the pitch clock. The 1-2 again, just a bit outside, maybe a little up as well with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. That'll bring it to 2-2.
Yeah, they don't need the pitch clock.
Definitely not. The 2-2 is fouled straight back into the screen, so Gale putting up a quality at-bat here to lead off the game. Gale hitting 291 so far this season, getting on base at a 360 clip. Slater's 2-2. Just a bit outside, maybe a bit low. That'll bring the count full. The 3-2 pitch to Gale. That one's low for a walk as Slater allows the first base runner to reach, and that'll bring up the left fielder Blake Edmonds, a left-handed batter for Jacksonville.
Only the 8th walk for Slater this season to go against his 20 strikeouts. ERA just above 3. He's been that anchor in the Gator bullpen and only making his 7th career start in 63 appearances.
Gale leads off at first as Slater gives him a quick check over there. He's in there safely. Slater pitching from the stretch now for the first time tonight. His first pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. Now 0-1 count now to Blake Edmonds, who's hitting 278 on the season for Jacksonville. Slater checks over on Gale again at first. Slater looks in for the sign, gets in his set position, kicks and deals. This one is lined into right field. That's a base hit for Edmonds, and that'll put 2 runners on base with nobody out here in the top of the first for Jacksonville.
Not the ideal start for Ryan Slater. And a good job by Edmonds to stay on that pitch, but a little bit off the end of the bat, but enough to power that one into shallow right center.
Yeah, he did a good job there, reaching outside and putting it into right field. That'll bring up Justin Nadeau, the best hitter in this Jacksonville lineup, steps into the left-handed batter's box. And Slater deals the first pitch. That one's on the outside corner for strike 1. 2 runners on, Will Gale at second and Blake Edmonds at first. Nobody out here in the top of the first. The 0-1 pitch is outside. Looked like a changeup there from Slater. That'll bring the count to 1-1. Slater gets set and deals to the left-hander. That one's just a bit high. 2-1 the count now from Slater to Nadeau. They do a .393 hitter so far this season as Slater steps off the mound. Has 12 RBIs to go along with that sub-400 average. The 2-1 pitch is just a bit low, and that'll bring it 3-1 now. Slater struggling a little bit to get his groove on in the top of the first here.
Just hasn't been able to hit his spots so far.
3-1 with 2 runners on. That one's outside as well, and that'll load him up. Nobody out here at the top of the first as Nadeau reaches on a walk, the second issued by Slater in this first inning of work. Slater starting just his first game of the season. Maybe a little bit of first inning jitters as he's not seen the first inning so far this year. So they're loaded up here for the left-hander Josh Steidel as the first pitch is in there for strike one at the knees. A good way to get ahead there from Slater.
And the cleanup man has an opportunity to do just that here.
The 0-1 pitch is in the dirt and inside a bit. That'll bring it to 1-1. Bases loaded, nobody out. The 1-1 from Slater. Makes Steidel move his feet there as that one's inside. 2-1 now.
Trying everything. He's throwing the kitchen sink out.
Just trying to throw it up there and see what sticks. The 2-1 pitch from Slater to Steidel. That one's outside for ball 3. In trouble now. Don't want to walk a run in with nobody out in the first inning. The 3-1. And that one is swung on and missed, and the bat goes flying out of Steidel's hands. Hits the screen down there, down the right field line, and falls into the dugout. It's good that screen's there, Ethan.
Right, and it looked like Brody Dene was the first guy to get a hand on it in that Gator dugout, and landed on about 4 different guys who all had to bat the bat out of the way.
That's not something you see every day in the baseball field. Maybe put a little pine tar on the bat there. Full count, bases loaded, nobody out here in the top of the first inning. As Slater steps off and regroups. He looks into the sign again from Dene. Slater in the windup, the pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. A big out for Ryan Slater, his first strikeout of the day. And that's 1 away, still bases loaded.
Can't state enough how much of a huge out that is for the Gators and for Ryan Slater. That time around, the off-speed pitch worked to perfection.
Yeah, nice slider there. That'll bring up Aiden Masters as he foul tips the first pitch back into the catcher's glove, and it brings up an 0-1 count now. Slater's pitch. Back up the middle line, through the hole, into center field. 1 run scores. Another coming around from third. Edmonds will score as well. That's a 2-run single for Aiden Masters, and Jacksonville takes a 2-0 lead here in the top of the first inning.
Well, perfectly placed ground ball that time around from Masters, right back from where it came, and Colby Shelton was unable to get there and just out of his reach. JU tacking on a couple runs early here, and now Luke Heyman goes out there and signals to his infield here with a runners on the corner situation.
First and third as Nadeau moved up to third on that single all the way from first. First and third, 1 out here. 2-0 lead for Jacksonville as Adriel Delgado steps in and looks at a ball. That'll bring up a 1-0 count now to Delgado. The left-handed batter stares at Slater. He stares back and he throws one just a bit outside for ball 2. Slater really struggling to find it here in the top of the first inning. As Luke Heyman will now go out to talk to Slater. What do you think he's saying to him out there, Ethan?
He's just telling him, hey, calm down, don't overthink this. It's JU on a Tuesday, folks. Let's just get through this first inning. Obviously, it hasn't gone as planned, but there is a whole lot of baseball left to play here.
That's for sure. After a 2-run single up the middle from Aiden Masters, it's Delgado at the plate. 2-0 count to him as the runner goes from first. Heyman's throw down to second. Got him! A perfect throw from Luke Heyman. And there's 2 away now with a runner on third for Jacksonville.
Luke Heyman once again showing off the arm that he's got. My goodness. That was a BB down to second base and a great tag from Shelton.
And that was a great job by him. The 2-1 pitch is flied into straightaway center field. Jalen Guy under it for Florida. He makes the grab, and that'll put an end to Slater's opening inning of work. Jacksonville strikes first here in Gainesville as they score 2 runs on 2 hits. 1 runner left on base. We'll bring up the bottom of the first inning right after this on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Welcome back to Science Today. And we already have our next caller. Welcome. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Philip.
Hello, Philip. You sound really young.
Not really. I'm 9.
Oh, wow. You're still in elementary school, right?
Does that matter?
Oh, no, not at all. What's your question?
Well, I know the molecular formula for water is H2O. I also know that hydrocarbon is CH3CH2 50CH3. Glucose is C6H12O6. The general formula for an alkene is CnH2n plus 2. But what I can't seem to find is any scientific formula for Bob.
Bob?
My goldfish.
Are you ready for kids who eat healthy? Good nutrition can lead to great things. To find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed, go to mypyramid.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and USDA.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
From the vantage point, Mafatu saw 6 war canoes drawn up on the beach. But what held the boy's eyes in awful trance were the figures, the eaters of men, cannibals. Mafatu watched the strange scene, powerless to move. In that very instant, he heard a crashing in the undergrowth. 4 figures were tearing through the jungle. He turned and ran blindly down the trail, thinking only of his canoe. If only he could reach it before the savages overtook him. Explore new worlds. Find out what happens next by reading the book Call It Courage by Armstrong Sperry. What other great book?
Welcome back to Condron Family Ballpark. You're listening to the Orange and Blue Sports Network. We head to the bottom of the first inning as the Jacksonville Dolphins jump out to a 2-0 lead thanks to a 2-run single from Aiden Masters in the top of the first inning. That'll bring up Cade Curlin to lead off the Gators against Blake Barquin. Barquin's first pitch is in there for strike 1. Crowd trying to get this home team into it a little bit as we play the bottom of the first inning. The 0-1 pitch to Curlin is swung on, tipped, and fouled into the catcher's mitt. Bring up 0-2 now. The 0-2 pitch from Barquin is swung on and missed, strike 3. A 3-pitch strikeout for Barquin on Cade Curlin to begin the night for the Gators.
Quick work of Curlin right there. Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
I'll bring up Jack Caglione as he steps in the left-handed batter's box. The first pitch to Cags is inside for ball 1. Caglione will hit second tonight, followed by Colby Shelton, Luke Heyman, Ty Evans. The 1-0 is just a bit down. I'll bring it to 2-0 now. Tyler Shellnut hitting in the 6th spot. Landon Russell, Brody Dene, and Jalen Guy to round it out as Caglione lines this one to the third baseman. Masters playing on the left side of the bag, and he fires it over to first base for out number 2.
Yeah, Masters was playing essentially where the shortstop would have been lined up, but they were shifting Caglione to pull, as they so often do. That was hit pretty hard there, but a good play by Masters to scoop that one on a couple of hops to make the second out.
That'll bring up Colby Shelton, who's hitting 30-42 as he steps in the left-handed batter's box. The first pitch, a breaking ball in there for strike 1 from Barquin. He's working quickly and he's working well in this first inning even.
Yeah, definitely. Barquin has a great pace about him. He's attacked these hitters so far.
The 0-1 is fouled back into the screen. That'll be 0-2 now as Barquin gets ahead of another Gator hitter. 0-2 pitch with 2 outs in the inning is at the eyes for ball 1.
Shelton's been one of the hottest hitters this year for the Gators. 10 bombs, team leading 22 runs driven in.
And he's tied with a couple other guys in that category as that one hits Shelton on the foot, and he'll take his base. The first base runner given up by Barquin here in the bottom of the first inning. That'll put a runner on first with 2 outs for the catcher, Luke Heyman.
That's Shelton's team leading 8th hit by pitch. He's been a magnet up there at the plate.
Looking forward a little bit up there. He's stepping a little closer to the plate than others. So I'll bring up Luke Heyman, the catcher, hitting .293 so far this season. Righty on righty matchup as Barquin kicks and deals. That one's inside for ball 1. Heyman, another one of those guys with 22 RBIs on the season. He has 6 bombs to go along with those runs driven in. Shelton leads off first as Barquin looks in and deals to Heyman. Breaking ball in there on the inside corner for strike 1.
Both Shelton and Heyman have been riding the hot hand lately. They both have 19-game on-base streaks entering play. Shelton now up to 20.
1-1 pitch from Barquin to Heyman. Just a bit outside with the fastball. 2-1 now. Heyman, one of 5 players on this Gators team with over 1,000 OPS so far this year. The 2-1 pitch is fouled high into the sky and back. That'll land over the stadium behind us up in the press box. That'll be a 2-2 count now with 2 in the inning. A runner on first, Colby Shelton. Barquin looks in for the sign. Kicks and deals as Shelton runs, and Heyman swings through the pitch for strike 3 and out number 3 as Barquin allows no runs on no hits, a couple of strikeouts and a hit by pitch mix in there, leaves 1 on. And it's a 2-0 lead for Jacksonville over the Gators as we go to the top of the second here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
School with your children. We say the Pledge of Allegiance together. I'm one out of every 4 children in America, and I'm struggling with hunger. I'm lucky to grow up where I could be whatever I want. I want to grow up and be someone who doesn't go to bed hungry. Please visit feedingamerica.org today and find your local food bank. Every dollar you donate helps provide 7 meals for kids like me. Together, we're Feeding America. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
In the news, a small boy was rescued from abuse today by a magic trick. Witnesses say a bully had the boy pinned down.
Scott was hitting Timmy pretty hard.
And I said somebody should do something.
Moments later, a street magician arrived on the scene. Police reports state he covered the bully with his coat. What happened next is still under investigation.
The bully turned into a bunch of kittens.
The victim left the scene unharmed.
Boy, you never see that happen.
That's because it doesn't. If you see abuse or neglect, learn what you can do from American Humane at BeHumane.org.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies.
That's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
Oh, that's way better.
Now that you mention.
Welcome back to Gainesville, Florida. You're listening to the Orange and Blue Sports Network as we move to the top of the second inning, and the Jacksonville Dolphins hold a 2-0 lead over the Florida Gators. And we have a new pitcher on the mound in just the second inning, Ethan.
Yeah, Fisher Jamison's out there now, so Ryan Slater evidently just the opener. Jamison pitching in his 10th game of the year.
Jamison's first pitch is inside to Chandler Howard, the DH left-handed batter. Chilly night here in Gainesville, Florida. 62 degrees right now as Jamison's 1-0 pitch is in there for strike 1.
I'll admit it, Hugh. I didn't see it coming. I left my apartment to go to class this morning, and I was grossly underdressed. I was pleasantly surprised, though.
The 1-1 pitch is fouled straight into the ground. That one's in fair territory, actually. It looked like Looked like Heyman thought it was foul, but he throws it on to first to Kaggs to get the first out of the inning.
Well, that is Howard's fault right there. That ball landed right in front of home plate and basically stuck in the ground, and he didn't run it out from the get-go, and that's how Heyman was able to fire it down there easily enough.
It looks like they may be calling it a foul ball.
Oh, wow.
I assume that would have been the first base umpire, Damian Beal's call over there. After the home plate umpire said it was fair.
I guess it's 1-2.
That brings up a 1-2 count from Jamison to Howard. That one skied into left field. Right under it is Landon Russell, who makes the grab, looking through his blue sunglasses out there for the first out of the inning.
Interesting way that the sun is right now, setting down the left field line in foul ground. It's basically right in the eyes of Jalen Guy and Ty Evans out there in center and right, and the entire infield covered up in shade with the exception of shortstop.
That brings up Connor Spellman, the catcher, the right-hander, looks at a first pitch strike from Fisher Jamison. Jamison working quickly, as they all do. In there for strike two with a fastball right on the outside corner. And that's an 0-2 count now with one out in the inning. Nobody on base for Connor Spellman. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt and outside for ball one.
Jamison tossed an inning scoreless against Texas A&M Saturday. 9 appearances this year, ERA just above 4 in 15 2/3 innings.
Spellman hitting just 129 on this season. Jamison's 1-2 pitch is in the dirt for ball two. As you said, Jamison been working well this season as his 2-2 pitch is on the outside corner for strike three. A called strike three for Jamison, his first strikeout of the night. And it's 2 outs away in this inning. That'll bring up the 9-batter, Cade Hentz.
Jamison with a well-located slider there on strike three. 83 on the gun. Throws the right-handed hitter solid.
Hentz steps into the right-handed batter's box as Jamison deals right down the middle for strike one. Hentz hitting 189, also below the Mendoza line for the Dolphins, as that one's lined into right field. It's a couple hops in front of Ty Evans. And Hentz is on base with 2 away in the top of the second inning as the lineup turns over.
Now 189 batting average or not, that was a nice piece of hitting there from Hentz, taking what he was given and going the opposite way with it.
That brings up Will Gale, who walked and scored in the top of the first inning in his first plate appearance. The first pitch from Jamison is at the knees for strike one at 81 miles an hour. Gale looks to his third base coach for the sign as Hentz leads off of first. The 0-1 pitch is in there for strike two at the knees again. Good location there from Jamison. 0-2 the count, 2 away in the top of the second inning. Jacksonville still leads 2-0. Gale leads off a second. The 0-2 pitch is in the dirt a few feet in front of the home plate, and it gets behind Heyman to the backstop, and Gale moves up to second. Sorry, Hentz moves up to second.
Not sure what happened there with Jamison on that release point. Just absolutely yanked the fastball there. Almost hit into the grass just in front of home plate, but there you go.
That brings up 1-2 now, and now running in scoring position for Gale, and he foul tips this one right into the catcher's mitt for strike three. So Jamison gives up 1 hit in his first inning of work tonight. Doesn't allow any runs and leaves that runner on base. 2-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the second inning. And the Gators will be coming up after this on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Sound of someone correctly installing a car seat. And this is the sound of someone incorrectly installing a car seat. Correctly, incorrectly. Hear the difference? No? That's because installing a car seat incorrectly is terribly easy. So much so, 75% of adults install them wrong. For simple instructions on how to get it right, visit buckleupforlife.org. Ah, perfectly executed. Brought to you by Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center.
My name is Ruth Rusi, and this is how I live United. I read to children as part of United Way's education program. It helps them create links between language and literacy and prepares them for a better academic future. I figure I have the time and they have the need. My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Condron Family Ballpark. The Jacksonville Dolphins lead the Florida Gators 2-0 as we begin the bottom of the second inning here. And Blake Barquin back out on the mound for the Dolphins. He had a good first inning of work, Ethan.
I don't know about you, Hugh. I was impressed by what Barquin had to offer in that first inning. Showed no fear with these Florida hitters.
His first pitch to Ty Evans, the right-handed batter. Evans swings through it for strike one. Barquin's 0-1 is lined into center field. That'll bounce in front of the center fielder, Will Gale, and Ty Evans is on board to lead off the second inning.
It's the Gators' first hit of the early evening, and that's what's going to happen eventually when you challenge a lineup like the Florida Gators. Ty Evans finding one right over the plate and sending it right back up the gut.
That'll bring up Tyler Shelnut, who's been impressive so far this season for the Gators. The first pitch from Barquin is a breaking ball at the knees for strike one.
Yeah, that game-winning home run Sunday against Texas A&M, a two-run shot in the 8th inning, made it a 4-2 Florida lead for good.
0-1 the count from Barquin to Shelnut. That one's low and away for ball one.
It's incredible to see how far a guy like Shelnut has come. From 2 years over at Santa Fe College, transferring over last year, not having a straightforward position, bouncing between the infield and the outfield, and he's now solidified himself as Kevin O'Sullivan's third baseman.
Barquin checks on Evans over there at first. Still a 1-1 count here. Nobody out in the bottom of the second inning. Barquin gets set, has the glove at his hip, kicks and deals to Shelnut. He fouls that one straight back into the screen. That'll be a 1-2 count now. Looked like Shelnut was on that one.
Yeah, got to be careful. If he's going to finally track you down here, he can launch one a long, long way.
7 home runs on the season to go along with 22 runs driven in. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. A good breaking ball there from Barquin. And that's the first out of the inning.
That's a nice one there. A little 12-6 curve on the inside part of the plate, and Shelnut just swung right over the top of it. That's a hallmark of a great pitcher at Barquin. You know, not being afraid to challenge guys on the inner half.
So one away for Landon Russell, who's looking for his first hit of the season. Just his second start of the young year, as Barquin checks on Evans once again over there at first.
It's not the first time Barquin's faced the Gators. These two teams split the season series last year. Florida got the win in Jacksonville and lost to the Dolphins here at home, if you can believe that.
The 0-0 pitch is at the knees for strike one from Barquin.
And Barquin got the win in that game here in Gainesville last season. 3 2/3 innings in that one.
Evans leads off of first with one away here in the bottom of the second inning. Barquin's 0-1 pitch to Russell is fouled away down the right side. I'll be 0-2 now.
Landon Russell, a sophomore, Gulf Coast Community College transfer, really impressed in the spring. He was hurt to start the year, now making his second career start. And we'll see what Kevin O'Sullivan can get out of him today.
Yeah, he had a sac fly, his first Gator RBI against A&M over the weekend. He's 0 for 3 so far this season. The 0-2 pitch to Russell is lined to shortstop, and Hentz makes a sliding catch over there at short for the second out of the inning. A nice play over there by Cade Hentz.
Yeah, all the credit to Hentz right there. That was a frozen rope liner to his right, and he backhanded that one on the fly for the out. And if he had found his footing, maybe a throw over to first gets Ty Evans, who was definitely well off the base down there at first base, but luckily for him, he was able to get back.
Yeah. That avoids a double play to end the inning. That brings up Brody Dene with 2 away, and Evans off of first as Dene swings through the first offering from Barquin. A breaking ball on the outside.
Dene definitely a free swinger up there. We haven't seen him play in just about a week. Last Tuesday against Florida State.
DHing here tonight for the Gators as Barquin fires the 0-1 pitch, and Dene fouls this one off down the left field line. That'll be 0-2 now as Barquin gets ahead of another hitter for Florida.
Dene usually backs up Heyman as the catcher. He also DH out there, and maybe could play some first base too with that 6'5" frame.
He's a big guy up there in the right-handed batter's box. Barquin deals to Dene, just a bit up at the letters for ball 1. 1 runner on, 2 out in the bottom of the second inning for the Gators. 2-0 lead for Jacksonville. 1-2 coming from Barquin. Is in the dirt for ball 2, and Evans takes second on the dirt ball read there. Good job by Ty Evans to use his speed to get over there to second.
Look at how dirty that white uniform is. Dirt from chest to knees. And a good job there to have no hesitation taking second.
Shows a hard-working player. You got dirt on your uniform.
Absolutely.
2-2 now with a runner on second from Barquin to Dene as Dene fouls that one into the Gator dugout down the first base line. Watch out down there. Still 2-2 with 2 away here in the second inning. Dene hitting .237 so far this season, has a couple of home runs and 5 RBIs. The 2-2 pitch is fouled away. That one looked like it was about to hit Dene, but he swung at it and he fouled it straight down.
Last couple of swings have been pretty awkward from Dene. Couple of fastballs inside that he's trying to turn around. Should be laying those things off. Fouled one towards his own dugout, and then fouled one basically at his feet right there. I mean, you're all tied up.
Very defensive swings there from Dene. A 2-2 once again is up, and a good grab there by Connor Spellman. I'll bring up a full count here with 2 away in the bottom of the second inning for Brody Dene. Evans leads off a second. Barquin's full count pitch is just a bit low for ball 4, and Dene is on with a walk. It's 2 runners on now with 2 away for the final batter in this lineup, Jalen Guy.
Well, first walk for Barquin, perhaps a chink in the armor here against a guy like Jalen Guy coming up. 9-hole hitter, but don't underestimate him. He's shown some heart this year, and he's familiar with the Atlantic Sun Conference. Played the last 4 seasons over at Liberty, 183 games, plenty of times against these Dolphins.
First pitch to Guy is grounded to third base. Aiden Masters comes up with it on a bounce and tags out Evans on his way to third, and that'll put an end to the bottom of the second inning. So Jacksonville still leads this one 2-0 as the Gators get a couple of runners on but couldn't bring them in. And we'll go to the top of the third after this on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
You're so annoying.
Stop copying me.
Stop copying me.
Mom, tell her to stop copying me.
Mom, tell her to stop talking to me.
Kids will spend 10 minutes copying everything their sibling says.
You're such a
You're
doofus.
such a doofus.
How about 2 minutes to brush their teeth? Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Mom!
A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
You are a healthy eater. Oranges for vitamin C, flaxseed and mackerel for omega-3s. But did you know the same foods that are good for your body, i.e. not beef jerky, are also good for your eyes? Yep, research shows proper nutrition can impact the development of cataracts and age-related macular degeneration, 2 leading causes of blindness. So keep up the healthy munching, my well-fed friend. And for more easy ways to keep keeping your eyes healthy, see your optometrist or visit AOA.org.
These are the sounds of someone taking their eyes off the road. Texting.
Welcome back to the Orange and Blue Sports Network. We're live from Condron Family Ballpark, where the Jacksonville Dolphins lead 2-0 over the Gators. As we start the top of the third inning, it'll be 2-3-4 in the Dolphins lineup against Fisher Jamison, who's out there for his second inning of work for the Gators. Blake Edmonds steps into the left-handed batter's box and watches a breaking ball in there for strike one from Jamison. Edmonds singled to right field and came around to score in his first at-bat in the first inning. The 0-1 pitch is low and inside for ball one. 1-1 count as the shadows creep into right and left field now. The 1-1 is lined on to the right side and through the first base, second base hole as Evans comes up with it, and that's a second hit of the ball game to right field for Blake Edmonds as he's on to lead off the third inning.
Sharply hit. Caglione had a beat on it to his right, but it was just out of his reach. A couple of steps there, just couldn't get to it.
I'll bring up Justin Nadeau, who walked in his first plate appearance. There's a runner on first now. That was the fourth hit already given up by Gator pitching here in the third inning. The first pitch is fouled into the ground and back for strike one. Nadeau came into this one hitting .393 for Jacksonville as he watches one go outside for ball one. Jamison came in and did a good job in that second inning after Slater struggled to open this ball game for the Gators.
I think it was always the plan to have Slater just be the opener.
As Nadeau fouls this one at his feet. That'll be 1-2 count now from Jamison to Nadeau.
There is already another arm warming up in that Florida bullpen, a right-hander. Can't quite tell who it is this distance.
It might just be a couple innings of work for Jamison tonight. Looking to get a lot of pitchers working here in the midweek. The 1-2 pitch from Jamison to Nadeau is swung on and missed. A good changeup there at 80 miles an hour, and that's the first out of the inning for Jamison.
Changed the eye level on him that time around, a pitch at his ankles, and just couldn't help but pull the trigger.
So next up will be Josh Steidel, the first baseman, as he steps into the left-handed batter's box. Edmonds leads off of first, and Jamison deals. That one's at the knees for strike one. He's really had a good control of that off-speed so far tonight.
More than Slater did in that first inning that resulted in those two early runs for JU.
Yeah, a couple of walks for Slater in that inning, a couple of hits as well. 0-1 pitch, high and away for ball one. Jamison not a guy who will light up the scoreboard with his fastball. That one just at 89 miles an hour. The 1-1 swung out and missed. Good pitch there in the dirt. Made Steidel go fishing.
There's not a whole lot of guys in that Florida bullpen that are going to blow you away with anything. Only guy that really rings the bell there is Alex Philpott, the young freshman.
1-2 the count as Edmonds leads off of first. The pitch is in the dirt. Good block back there by Luke Heyman. Didn't allow Edmonds to advance. It's a 2-2 count now.
And of course, Brandon Neely, you can't forget about him. He can get it up there as well.
And he throws some heat out of that pen.
Actually was taken out of the game Sunday with a biceps injury. Didn't pitch that ninth inning. It went to Luke McNeely.
The 2-2 is swung on and lined down the right field line. That hits off the wall in right field for a foul ball.
So I don't envision O'Sullivan using Neely today at all against a team like Jacksonville. Save him for LSU this weekend in Baton Rouge and allow his star closer to get some rest.
Well-deserved rest at that. 2-2 once again. Is low and inside for ball three. It's another full count for the Dolphins. One away here in the top of the third inning. Jacksonville leads 2-0 over the Gators. Edmonds leads off at first. The payoff pitch is fouled down the right side. watch out over there again in that first base dugout of the Gators. They've been on their toes so far tonight.
They've had balls coming their way, even a bat coming their way, falling from the heavens. My goodness.
Full count again as the shadows creep into right field now. Full count is lined down the right field line. That one gets into the berm in right field for a foul ball. We'll do it again at 3-2.
Always entertaining to see those little kids running after foul balls on the berm like little sharks going after everything.
First they run away, don't want to get hit by it, then they run to it.
Exactly.
Full count is on the way as the runner goes, and that one's lined into right field. Evans comes up with it as Edmonds goes around second, gets to third, and that's a base hit for Josh Steidel. And that's put runners on the corners with one away here in the top of the third inning.
Hit and run works to perfection that time for the Dolphins. Nice job there. Cags couldn't get to it down there at first base, and now the Dolphins are set up pretty well here. And here comes Kevin O'Sullivan.
Yeah, Sully coming out there. Maybe time for a change as there's two guys warming up in that Gator pen now. Lefty gets up and starts throwing down there too. Looks like this will just be a conversation between O'Sullivan and his infield. But not the start the Gators envisioned to this game at all.
No, and you know, give credit to Jacksonville. They have done the little things right. It's things like hit and runs. If you do them right, you do them well, good things are going to happen to you. And that's why the Dolphins are up 2-0 right now, because they're executing.
We talked about it before the game. This is not a team that's going to blow you away with the home run. They have 5 hits in the game, all been singles.
That's it. Get him over, get him in, like I said before.
So Aiden Masters will come up now with one away here in the top of the third. Runners on the corners, Edmonds on third, and Steidel off of first. The first pitch to Masters is in the dirt for ball 1.
Masters came up big with that 2-run single in the first inning off of Slater.
We'll try to have a repeat performance of that this time up. Drove that one right up the middle, straight back at the pitcher into the center field. The 1-0 pitch is down the left field line. Third baseman Shelnut up with it, throws across his body. A nice job over there to get the speedy Masters. And that'll put 2 away, but a runner does come in to score as Edmonds comes in on the ground ball.
Gators will be happy to trade the run for the out. And that's an excellent play by Shelnut. He chose to play it back behind the bag, about 5-6 feet behind the third base bag, and make a strong throw across the diamond. Definitely not easy when you have a guy like Masters hustling up the line.
So after that RBI ground out from Aiden Masters, O'Sullivan comes out again, and this time it'll be to take out Fisher Jamison as his night will end. And we'll tell you about the pitching change at the other side of this break as the Jacksonville Dolphins lead it 3-0 in the top of the third with 2 away on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
Welcome back to Science Today. And we already have our next caller. Welcome. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Philip.
Hello, Philip. You sound really young.
Not really. I'm 9.
Oh, wow. You're still in elementary school, right?
Does that matter?
Oh, no, not at all. What's your question?
Well, I know the molecular formula for water is H2O. I also know that hydrocarbon is CH3CH2 50CH3. Glucose is C6H12O6. The general formula for an alkene is CnH2n plus 2. But what I can't seem to find is any scientific formula for Bob.
Bob?
My goldfish.
Are you ready for kids who eat healthy? Good nutrition can lead to great things. To find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed, go to mypyramid.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and USDA.
From the vantage point, Mafatu saw 6 war canoes drawn up on the beach. But what held the boy's eyes in awful trance were the figures, the eaters of men, cannibals. Mafatu watched the strange scene, powerless to move. In that very instant, he heard a crashing in the undergrowth. 4 figures were tearing through the jungle. He turned and ran blindly down the track.
Welcome back to the Orange and Blue Sports Network at Condron Family Ballpark, where the Jacksonville Dolphins lead the Gators 3-0 in the top of the 3rd inning. There's 2 away and a runner on second for the new pitcher, Robert Satin, the freshman out of Plant High School in Tampa, Florida. He'll face Adriel Delgado, the left-hander, as the first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Satin's been a pleasant surprise for the Gators in this early season.
Yeah, definitely. Out of the pen, terrific ERA, just above 1 in 8 1/3 innings.
The 1-0 from Satin is low and away for ball 2.
Interesting angle from the left side. A freshman with a great high school resume as well. And this past weekend got his first taste of SEC play. Fired 2 scoreless innings against Texas A&M Saturday.
He's done a good job against quality opponents in his early career. 2-0 to Delgado. The pitch is low again. Ball 3. 3-0 the count now from Satin to Delgado. Three-0 lead for the Dolphins. 3-0 count with a runner off second. Is low and away again. Ball 4, a 4-pitch walk issued to Adriel Delgado. And that'll bring up Chandler Howard, the DH, for the second time tonight.
And another mound visit is imminent.
Will it be another one of those one-batter performances we've seen from Gator bullpen a lot so far this season?
Looks like it is.
Yeah, it is. So Satin comes in, throws 4 pitches, issues a walk, and leaves runners on first and second as there's another pitching change. We'll tell you about that on the other side of this break. 3-0 lead for Jacksonville. 2 outs in the top of the 3rd on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
A small boy was rescued from abuse today by a magic trick. Witnesses say a bully had the boy pinned down.
Scott was hitting Timmy pretty hard.
And I said somebody should do something.
Moments later, a street magician arrived on the scene. Police reports state he covered the bully with his coat. What happened next is still under investigation.
The bully turned into a bunch of kittens.
The victim left the scene unharmed.
Boy, you never see that happen.
That's because it doesn't. If you see abuse or neglect, learn what you can do from American Humane at BeHumane.org.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies. Oh, that's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
Oh, that's way better. Now that you mention it.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
These are the sounds.
Welcome back to Condron Family Ballpark here in beautiful Gainesville, Florida, where the Jacksonville Dolphins lead the Gators 3-0 in the top of the 3rd inning. There's 2 away after Robert Satin came into the game to face 1 batter, threw a 4-pitch walk, and he is taken out once again. This time, Grayson Smith will toe the rubber. Smith has a 2.79 ERA in 9 2/3 innings so far this season. 16 strikeouts for him as well. Runners on first and second, 2 away to Chandler Howard, the left-handed DH. First pitch from Smith is up and in to Howard, ball 1. Smith gets it up there at about 90 to 91 miles an hour on the fastball. 1-0 pitch from Smith is in there for strike one. 5 straight balls issued before that strike there from Smith. 1-1 count, runners on first and second, 2-away in the top of the third inning. That one's just a bit low for ball 2. Smith has kind of an offset delivery as his left foot in front of his right foot in his set position, and closes up on the pitch, and this one is swung through. A nice changeup there from Smith. That'll bring the count to 2-2.
They had the DH Howard out in front of that one. Now just 1 strike away from getting out of this jam.
2-2, 2-away, 2 on here in the top of the third inning. The pitch swung on and missed in the dirt. A nice job from Grayson Smith to get the Gators out of it in the top of the third, but Jacksonville strikes another one on the scoreboard. They put up 1 run on a couple of hits and 2 men left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Stay with us on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Hey, Russell Wilson here, and I know how important exercise is.
It's essential. It's essential.
With Play 60, United Way and the NFL are helping kids stay active and play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids, healthy kids.
But what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60 because great things happen when we live united.
Donate, donate.
Are you guys gonna do that every time?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
There are some things you can only do once in a lifetime. Graduate high school, get your first job, and if you're a young man about to turn 18, there's one other thing, which is also the law: registering with Selective Service. It's fast, it's easy, and you only have to do it once your entire life. Just visit your post office or sss.gov on your computer or smartphone. Do it and keep yourself eligible for a lot of other once-in-a-lifetime experiences, like that first college loan or Pell Grant, or U.S. citizenship if you're an immigrant.
Hello, I'm John Lithgow. Manatees are unique, among the most amazing animals on Earth, but they're endangered. We pose the greatest threat to their survival. Many manatees are killed or injured by boats or other recreational activities. I'm a writer of children's books, including one about manatees, and I believe education is the key. You can be part of the solution. Please contact Save the Manatee Club.
Welcome back to Condron Family Ballpark, where the Jacksonville Dolphins lead the Gators 3-0 as we move to the bottom of the third inning here in Gainesville, Florida. It'll be 1-2-3 for the Gators as Cade Curlin steps into the right-handed batter's box against Blake Barquin. Barquin's first offering to Curlin as a breaking ball that is swung through for strike one. And the windup is Barquin. His 0-1 pitch is lined into left field. 2 hops in front of Blake Edmonds out there. And Curlin is aboard for the first time tonight with a base hit.
Well, hopefully this is the start of something new for the Gators. After runner on in each of the first 2 innings, but Barquin has been solid. 3 strikeouts. He's been attacking these hitters. And now you get into the heart of this Gators order with Caglio and Shelton Heyman due up, trying to get back in this game.
Yeah, just the second hit of the game for the Gators as Curlin's aboard on first with Caglione, the left-hander, into the box now. The shift is on against him as there's 3 on the right side of the infield as the first pitch is high and away for ball 1. Masters, the only one on the left side of the infield. That's where Caglione hit it last time, grounded it out to Masters there, playing in the shortstop position. The 1-0 pitch from Barquin is outside for ball 2. 2-0 to last year's home run leader in college, D1 college baseball. 2-0 is lined into center field. Will Gale moving to his left, and that one is out of here. Jack Caglione with his 8th home run of the year gets the Gators on the board, and it's a 3-2 ball game in Gainesville.
RBI 19 and 20 for the big man. That one was smoked, Hugh Green, and also to the opposite field, technically out to left center. He got every bit of that baseball. So much backspin behind it, just kept carrying with no wind. Cleared that wall under the Disney Grove by plenty.
So a 3-2 ball game now as Shelton steps up and he watches ball one outside with a breaking ball. It's 1-0 count now to Colby Shelton. The 1-0 is lined to the second baseman, Justin Nadeau, on a hop, and he fires over to first for the first out of the inning.
And you could just smell it coming too for a guy like Caglione. This Gators lineup wasn't going to stay stagnant for long against this Jacksonville team, and now they are right back in this thing.
Yeah, it was a blast out to left center from Caglione, but a good job by Barquin to come back and get the next batter out, as there's one away here for Luke Heyman, the right-hander, as he watches one go inside for ball one.
No shot at happens.
The 1-0 pitch to Heyman is lined into center field. A hop into the grass, and Heyman is aboard for the first time tonight. Third hit of the inning for the Gators. Puts a runner on with one away for Ty Evans.
Yeah, this Gators lineup is finding its stride now with the second time through the order. They've learned what they've seen from Barquin so far, and now they're countering them.
Yeah, definitely a big struggle for Barquin so far in this inning. Second time around in the Gators lineup. As Evans steps up, and he lines this one between the shortstop and third baseman. He's aboard with his second hit of the game. And there's two runners on with one out as Tyler Shelnut will come to the plate.
And what it's been with these 4 hits and 5 trips to the plate this inning for the Gators, it's hard contact. And that's how you know they've finally been able to time up Barquin here.
And a lot of loud hits so far in this bottom of the third inning for the Gators. Shelnut into the right-hander batter's box. 2 runners on with Heyman at second and Evans at first. The first pitch is lined into right center field. That one splits the outfielders as Heyman is around third coming home. So is Evans. He'll score as well. And Shelnut pulls into second with a double as the Gators take a 4-3 lead.
And the aggressiveness continues for the Gators here in the third. That time around on the very first pitch, Tyler Shelnut finding the outfield wall out there in right center. And it was lucky that that ball was so slowly hit. Once it was rolling out there, it really caught a lot of the grass. And that is what allowed Ty Evans to score all the way from first base to give Florida their first lead tonight.
And it looked like the right fielder, Adriel Delgado, and the center fielder, Will Gale, I don't think they really knew who should take it and who should throw it in. So that kind of confused each other out there in right center and allowed, as you said, Evans to score and Shelnut to get to second with a double. 2 RBI double for Shelnut. So it's a 4-3 game as the Gators take their first lead tonight. Still the bottom of the third inning, one away with Landon Russell up for the Gators. Righty on righty matchup, Barquin to Russell. That one's just inside for ball one. Shelnut leads off of second after his go-ahead double put the Gators up 1. The 1-0 pitch is fouled away. It looks like that one got Russell on the hand when he swung. It was riding inside on him, and he fouled it opposite way, but it looked like it went off his right hand.
Fastball up and in an awkward swing. I wonder if they're going to send somebody out here to check on him, and yes, they will.
Yeah, he gave the thumbs up to the dugout, but it's always good to check just to make sure everything's okay there. The hand's not it's a pretty easy spot on the body to break. A lot of bones in there, small bones, and you never know what could happen with a hand.
And it's something that has hurt Russell before. He had surgery in January to repair a torn UCL in his thumb, caused him to miss the first part of the season. So hopefully not re-aggravating that here.
As the trainer and head coach Kevin O'Sullivan walk back to the dugout, they give the okay to Russell to keep going. It's a 1-1 count now with one out in the bottom of the third inning. 4 runs already come across here in this inning for the Gators, and Shelnut leads off a second in scoring position. Russell's still looking for his first hit of the season. As Shelnut goes for third, that one's in for a strike, and Shelnut steals the bag as the throw's not in time down to third base. Steal of third for Tyler Shelnut puts him in good position with one away for Landon Russell.
Yeah, third stolen base of the year for Shelnut, now the infield in.
Yeah, infield in against Russell. A 1-2 count with one away here. Russell's going to try to put it into the outfield here. The 1-2 is just a bit low for ball 2.
Nice eye there from Landon Russell. That one awfully close to the bottom part of the zone.
Yeah, Barkwin didn't get the call. Brings up a 2-2 count now. One away here in the bottom of the third. The 2-2 is foul tipped straight into the catcher's mitt for strike 3 in the second out of the inning. That's a big strikeout there for Barkwin. Kind of stopped the bleeding a little bit for the Gators.
And now with 2 outs, you just got to focus on the batter coming up with Brody Dene. Forget about that runner on third. Infield now backing up here.
Yeah, 2 away in the third inning. Dene up. He walked his first time up. The first pitch is fouled down the third base line. A little dribbler over to the third base dugout. 0-1 the count now. Dene, 237 on the season. 5 RBIs. Looking to get his 6th or 7th here. The 0-1. Low and away for ball 1. 4 runs in so far in this bottom of the third inning. 2 on a Jack Caglione 2-run home run to left center, and another 2 on a Tyler Shelnut double. The 1-1 pitch is dribbled down the third base line. That'll stay in fair territory. Up with it is Spellman, the catcher, and he throws it onto first for the third out.
That's a terrific play right there from Connor Spellman. That's tough with a ball, basically a swinging bunt, rolling up the third base line to spin and throw as accurately as he did. Terrific job.
So that'll put an end to the bottom of the third inning, but what an inning it was for the Gators. 4 runs on 5 hits, and 1 runner left on base. We'll go to the top of the 4th inning now as the Gators take their first lead of the game. It's 4-3 on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Welcome back to Science Today. And we already have our next caller. Welcome. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Philip.
Hello, Philip. You sound really young.
Not really. I'm 9.
Oh, wow. You're still in elementary school, right?
Does that matter?
Oh, no, not at all. What's your question?
Well, I know the molecular formula for water is H2O. I also know that hydrocarbon is CH3CH2, 50CH3. Glucose is C6H12O6. The general formula for an alkene is CnH2n plus 2. But what I can't seem to find is any scientific formula for Bob.
Bob?
My goldfish.
Are you ready for kids who eat healthy? Good nutrition can lead to great things. To find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed, go to mypyramid.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and USDA.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day.
Welcome back to the Orange and Blue Sports Network and Condron Family Ballpark, where the Gators have taken their first lead of the game over the Dolphins. They lead it 4-3 as we start the top of the 4th inning. The first batter of the 4th inning will be Connor Spellman for the Dolphins against Grayson Smith of the Gators. Smith's first pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. Gators had a big inning in the bottom of the 3rd, and Smith trying to put out for the Gators, and that one is in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1 the count now to Spellman, who just made a fantastic play to end the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. A good breaking ball there from Smith.
Seen a couple of good plays from both catchers defensively tonight, Spellman and Heyman.
The 1-2 is in the dirt, but swung through by Spellman. Heyman up with it and throws onto Caglione at first. And that's the first out of the inning. And a strikeout for Grayson Smith.
Couldn't have asked for a better start from Smith. Got the final out in the third by way of the K. Couple of strikeouts to open his outing.
Trying to put up a shutdown inning for the Gators after a huge 4-run third inning. I'll bring up Cade Hentz for the Dolphins as that breaking ball is on the outside corner for strike one. One away here in the top of the fourth inning. The 0-1. Tying outside for ball one. No more sun here in Gainesville, Florida. As the lights are on, no more need for sunglasses for the outfielders out there in center and left field. The 1-1 is lined into right field. After it is Evans. Can't get there as that one bounces in front of him, and he throws it in to hold Hentz at first with his second single of the game.
Hentz both times going to the opposite field. And that time around, much more hardly hit than his first time to the plate, and Evans did well to cut that off, prevent it from being extra bases.
Good job by Hentz there. He's on first now as the lineup turns over for Will Gale. The right-handed batter squares around to bunt on the first pitch, but pulls back as the ball is up for ball one. Gale has walked and struck out in his 2 plate appearances tonight. He scored a run in the first inning. The 1-0 pitch is inside as Gale ducks out of the way of it. Did not show bunt on that 1-0 pitch. We'll see what the call is here from the third base coach. Hentz leads off at first with 1 out in the fourth inning for Jacksonville. The 2-0. Low and away for ball 3. Smith's got to find it here. Smith looks in for the sign, kicks and deals. That one's outside for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk issued to Will Gale, the second time he's been aboard on base on balls tonight. And Blake Edmonds will come to the plate now.
Now Florida will be looking for that ground ball here. Middle infielders a double play depth, trying to keep that lead that they've just built for themselves.
Hentz aboard on second, Gale on first, and Edmonds, the left-handed batter, in the box as he looks at one inside for ball 1. Edmonds 2 for 2 tonight, 2 singles, both to right field, and he scored both times. The 1-0 outside for ball 2. Smith looks to be a bit rattled now as Heyman is going to go out to talk to him. What does Smith need to do to kind of calm himself down, get out of this inning?
He's having trouble locating pretty much everything right now, and this has been kind of the trend for Florida's younger pitchers. Just mentally, it is a mental thing. Just zero in, forget about those 2 runners on, pitch to your strengths. And at this point, go for something low in the zone here. This Edmonds guy at the plate, 2 for 2. He's put a couple of strong balls in play. Get him to roll over on something, and that way they can try to turn 2 on it.
Nobody warming up in the Gator bullpen, just a couple of guys stretching out there. So this is Smith's inning to lose. After the meeting at the pitcher's mound, Smith is ready for the 2-0 pitch with 2 runners on first and second. 1 away here in the fourth inning. The 2-0 is in the dirt for ball 3. 7 straight balls issued by Smith now. Trying to avoid a second straight 4-pitch walk. This one against Blake Edmonds. The 3-0 pitch hits him right on the hip, and That'll put another runner aboard. That loads the bases with 1 out here in the 4th inning.
91 on the hip, never gonna feel good.
Definitely not. I'm sure it doesn't feel too great for Grayson Smith either, as he loads up the bases, and it looks like the trainer's coming out to talk to Smith. Maybe something going on with the Gator pitcher.
Didn't see him wince in pain after that last pitch, but maybe O'Sullivan saw something from the dugout that we did not.
Bases are loaded here as they have a meeting on the mound. 1 out in the top of the 4th. Gators lead it 4-3. Looks like they're happy with Smith's health as they walk back to the dugout to O'Sullivan and the trainer. Smith's going to try to induce a ground ball again here. 1 away. Top of the 4th inning as Justin Nadeau steps into the left-handed batter's box. Nadeau 0 for 1 tonight with a walk in the 1st inning and a strikeout in the 3rd. The first offering is outside for ball 1. 9 straight balls. Pitches out of the zone for Smith now. The 1-0 pitch is in there for strike 1. He pours 1 over to bring the count to 1-1. Maybe that'll get Smith going a little bit here. It's a 1-1 count with 1 out and the bases loaded to Nadeau. That one's fouled down the right field line. And the first base coach almost had it down there. Could not reach out far enough.
Made more of an effort than most first base coaches do, I'll say that much.
And most of the time they don't want to be embarrassed by missing and going through the legs. He went all out but couldn't get to it. The 1-2. Grounded down that way again. This time Caglione gets it in foul territory. That'll keep it at 1-2. 1 away in the inning. Bases loaded. Hence off a 3rd, Gale off a 2nd, and Edmonds leading from 1st. The 1-2 again is up and away for ball 2, and I'll bring the count to 2-2 now. Two the count to Justin Nadeau. The pitch is lined into right field. 1 runner's in. Another runner is held at 3rd. It's an RBI single for Nadeau, and this game is tied at 4.
Excellent hitting there from Nadeau, already the Dolphins' leading hitter, and that time around a breaking ball still caught too much of the plate knee high. He was able to get the bat head down on it and pull it out to right field.
Yeah, that runners go station to station on that one as the bases are still loaded now for Josh Steidel, who lined one into right field his last time up. The first pitch to Steidel is at the eyes for ball 1. Smith came out in this inning he was doing well with a strikeout of the first batter, and then a single, a walk, a hit by pitch, and another single as the 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed, and then again the bat flies out of the batter's hands.
Was it Steidel who did that last time too?
I think it was in his first at-bat.
Unreal. Something's got to happen here.
There you go.
They're tossing him the pine tar.
Yeah, he gets the pine tar from Aiden Masters, who's on deck. Need some sticky stuff for that bat. Keep it in your hands a little bit. Anyway, 1-1 the count now, 1 out. As the shift is on, 3 players on the right side of the infield for the Gators. The 1-1 pitch is in there for strike 2. That off-speed pitch at 82 miles an hour on the outside corner. The 1-2 is grounded to first base. Caglione up with it. A runner comes in to score. They trade a runner for an out as Caglione takes it to first, but Gale comes in to score, and it's an RBI ground out for Steidel, and Jacksonville takes the lead. It's 5-4.
That was really the only option Caglione had, playing that bouncing ball on a hop behind the first base bag and also over to his right. No play over at second, and too far of a throw to cut down the runner at home, so taking it to first base was really the only choice he had there.
So now 2 runners in scoring position as O'Sullivan comes out again to the mound, and that'll do it for Grayson Smith's night as he gives up 2 runs in this inning. And Jacksonville has taken the lead again. It's 5-4. We'll tell you about the new pitcher coming in on the other side of this break. Top of the 4th inning, 5-4 lead for Jacksonville on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
School with your children. We say the Pledge of Allegiance together. I'm one out of every 4 children in America, and I'm struggling with hunger. I'm lucky to grow up where I could be whatever I want. I want to grow up and be someone who doesn't go to bed hungry. Please visit feedingamerica.org today and find your local food bank. Every dollar you donate helps provide 7 meals for kids like me. Together, we're Feeding America. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
In the news, a small boy was rescued from abuse today by a magic trick. Witnesses say a bully had the boy pinned down.
Scott was hitting Timmy pretty hard.
And I said somebody should do something.
Moments later, a street magician arrived on the scene. Police reports state he covered the bully with his coat. What happened next is still under investigation.
The bully turned into a bunch of kittens.
The victim left the scene unharmed.
Boy, you never see that happen.
That's because it doesn't. If you see abuse or neglect, learn what you can do from American Humane at BeHumane.org.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies.
That's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
Oh, that's way better.
Now that you mention it.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Condron Family Ballpark, where the Jacksonville Dolphins have taken the lead again. It's 5-4 as we play the top of the 4th inning, 2 away, and Luke McNeely on the mound for the first time tonight. His first batter to face will be Aiden Masters with runners on 2nd and 3rd, 2 away. First pitch is way up for ball 1. McNeely struggled so far this season, over a 15 ERA in 9 1/3 innings of work. McNeely's 1-0 offering is in there for strike 1.
Yeah, the ERA over 15 certainly isn't pretty, but it was encouraging what we saw Sunday. Got the save against Texas A&M in his last inning.
The 1-1 is in there for strike 2 called. As Masters looked at that one, he's 1 for 2 on the day. Had a single and 2 RBIs in the first and an RBI ground out in the 3rd inning, trying to do it again here. The 1-2 swung on and missed outside for McNeely. A strikeout to end the bleeding and end the inning. But Jacksonville strikes again. 2 runs in the inning on a couple of hits and 2 runners left on board. It's a 5-4 lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th for Jacksonville on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Sound of someone correctly installing a car seat. And this is the sound of someone incorrectly installing a car seat. Correctly, incorrectly. Hear the difference? No? That's because installing a car seat incorrectly is terribly easy. So much so, 75% of adults install them wrong. For simple instructions on how to get it right, visit buckleupforlife.org. Perfectly executed. Brought to you by Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center.
My name is Ruth Rusi, and this is how I live United. I read to children as part of United Way's education program. It helps them create links between language and literacy and prepares them for a better academic future. I figure I have the time and they have the need. My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate.
Welcome back to the Orange and Blue Sports Network. You're listening to Gators baseball here at Condron Family Ballpark. Jacksonville leads the Gators 5-4 as we begin the bottom of the fourth inning after they put up a 2-spot in the top of the fourth to take the lead back from the Gators, who scored 4 in the bottom of the third inning to take their first lead of the game. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Gators as Jalen Guy steps into the right-handed batter's box, and he shows bunt, pulls back, and that one hits him on the leg, and he'll walk his way to first base. The leadoff base runner to start the fourth inning.
No opportunity for Guy to get out of the way that time around. He was squaring to bunt, and when you're flat-footed in the box like that, you just have no chance of getting out of the way of a fastball right at you.
I'm sure he'll take it as that puts a runner on board and brings up Cade Curlin at the top of the Gator lineup. He was 1 for 2 on the night, had a single and came around to score last inning. The first pitch to him from Barquin is fouled to the right side. It's an 0-1 count now to Curlin. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth inning as Guy leads off at first. And Barquin checks over on Guy down there.
Well, the Gators are finally able to put it together against Barquin last inning. Those 5 hits and 4 runs crossing. Right back to the top of the order where it all started.
Yeah, Cade Curlin started it last inning, and this time the 0-1 pitch is inside. And he checked a swing. They check over with Damian Beal down there, the first base umpire. He said he went around. And that'll bring up an 0-2 for Barquin. The 0-2 from Barquin to Curlin. Long hold for Barquin. This pitch is fouled off the foot of Curlin. That'll keep it at 0-2. And as you said, Curlin started off the last inning, got a base hit, and Jack Caglione sent one over the left center field wall out there for a 2-run home run that got the party started in the third inning for the Gators. 0-2 once again from Barquin to Curlin. Before that, a check on Guy over there at first. He's in there. Guy has not stolen a base so far this season, but he definitely is a speed threat on the bases. Center fielder has a lot of speed out there.
Surprising he doesn't have a stolen base this year.
The 0-2 is hit high down the right field line. Will there be room for Steidel? No, as that one gets into the stands. And we'll stay at 0-2. The sun has set pretty much almost in Gainesville here. Lights are on, shining bright on Condron Ballpark. 0-2 with the Guy off of first to Curlin. He's at the letters for ball 1. Caglione looms on deck. If you're Barquin, you do not want to see him with 2 guys on base.
Absolutely not. He's already got a home run in this game already.
The 1-2 as Guy takes off for second. Ball is low in the dirt, and Guy's in there as the ball hops. And there is the first stolen base of the season for Jalen Guy as he gets in scoring position with nobody out.
Long time coming as well. You know, we've seen that speed displayed out there defensively in center field. Now we're finally seeing it on the base paths. And the tying runs in scoring position with nobody out.
A 2-2 count to Cade Curlin from Blake Barquin. That one's inside, almost hits Curlin. And that'll bring up a full count here. That one kind of ruffled the feathers of Curlin in there. Didn't like what he saw after Guy was hit to begin this inning. Full count with Guy off a second. The pitch is lined down the left field line. Curlin turned on that one, but that's into foul territory for a foul ball.
He loves swinging at that inside fastball, whether it fouls him off his leg or what.
Yeah, already done that in this at-bat, and that one yanked into the bleachers down the left field line. The full count again. Low and away for ball 4. That puts the tying and go-ahead runs on base for the power threat of Jack Caglione coming up.
Just the second walk for Blake Barquin. Now, like I said, Hugh, this is an opportunity for the Gators. Tie this one up or take the lead. Your best man up.
Yeah, Caglione, as we said, last inning. Hit a 2-run home run into left center field that got the Gators on the board as the head coach for Jacksonville, Chris Hayes, will go out there to talk to his pitcher and his infield before they go after Caglione. What do you think's the approach here to pitch against Cags?
Well, if you really want to know, ball outside, ball outside, ball outside, ball outside. Nothing at all close that this man can get a hold of, because we know what he did against Barquin in his previous at-bat, and that ball's somewhere over the left center field wall right now. Yeah, at the same time, you have nobody out. It looks like this will be it for Barquin.
Yeah, it was a long talk, maybe just making some time for his pitcher out of the bullpen, but that'll do it for Barquin's night. He comes out of this game with nobody out, runners on first and second in the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll tell you about the pitching change when we come back on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Annoying. You're so annoying.
Stop copying me.
Stop copying me.
Mom, tell her to stop copying me.
Mom, tell her to stop talking to me.
Kids will spend 10 minutes copying everything their sibling says.
You're such a
You're
doofus.
such a doofus.
How about 2 minutes to brush their teeth? Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Mom!
A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
You are a healthy eater. Oranges for vitamin C, flaxseed and mackerel for omega-3s. But did you know the same foods that are good for your body, i.e. not beef jerky, are also good for your eyes? Yep, research shows proper nutrition can impact the development of cataracts and age-related macular degeneration, 2 leading causes of blindness. So keep up the healthy munching, my well-fed friend. And for more easy ways to keep keeping your eyes healthy, see your optometrist or visit AOA.org.
These are the sounds of someone taking their eyes off the road. Texting while driving is more than distracting. It's dangerous. Do Florida a favor. When you're on the road, stay off the phone. A message from CTIA, America's wireless companies, and the National Safety Council.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Sit right there. I gotta tell you something. I bet you know someone with type 2 diabetes. Guaranteed. You know why? Because 1 out of every 3 little kids is gonna develop diabetes in their lifetime. This can lead to heart problems, strokes, and even blindness. I'm John Sally, and I'm telling you, it ain't gotta be that way. Now, you can up your defenses by eating more fruits and vegetables, having more vegetarian and vegan meals. These steps can be the power plays to protect you and your family against the risk of diabetes. Learn more, go to blockdiabetes.org. I'm kidding.
Welcome back to Condron Family Ballpark, where the Jacksonville Dolphins lead 5-4 over the Gators in the top of the 4th inning, but Florida is threatening. They have runners on first and second for a new arm on the mound in Dylan Faulkner.
Yeah, Faulkner, the first pitching change of this one for the Dolphins. And smart move there by Chris Hayes, bringing in the left-handed pitcher to face Cags. But Cags can do damage whoever's on the mound.
That's for sure. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. Guy on second and Curlin on first. As that pitch, a slider, is fouled straight back into the wall. Faulkner, 5 2/3 innings of work this season, over an 11 ERA, so he's not had much success so far this season on the bub. Lefty on lefty matchup as Faulkner deals the 0-1. That one's grounded to the right side. Up with it on a slide is Nadeau, the second baseman, and he throws it on to first for the first out of the inning. The runners move up. Second and third now with 1 away for Colby Shelton.
It's going to go unnoticed, but that's a terrific play by Nadeau, and it does save a run here. You know, if that ball squeaks into shallow right, I think this game's tied, and an excellent effort ranging to his left, going into a slide deep into the hole to make that play.
Shelton, the left-handed batter, against the left-handed pitcher in Faulkner. He swings through that one for strike one at 79 miles an hour.
Shelton loves to take left-handed pitchers to the opposite field here, so I think that's what he's going to try to do here. And if he does, he could give the Gators the lead.
The pitch outside for ball one. As you said, could give him the lead as Guy is on third and Kurland on second, representing the tying and go-ahead runs respectively in a 5-4 ball game. The 1-1 is outside for ball two. As we play the top of the fourth inning here, Shelton 0 for 1 so far tonight. He got hit by a pitch back in the first inning and grounded out to second his last time up. The 2-1. It's fouled back over the screen. That'll bring up 2-2 now. Faulkner, a lot of off speed from this lefty.
Come on, Colby, right now, let's go.
Graduate transfer, played a few years at Tallahassee Community College before transferring over to Flagler to finish his undergrad, and now here in Jacksonville. The 2-2 pitch, just a bit low, a good take for ball three by Shelton.
That was awfully close. Lower inside corner to the left-handed hitter.
Shelton, a big threat at the plate. 10 home runs, 22 RBIs this season. A full count. Pitch. Fouled down the left field line, and we'll do it again.
He's staying back on that, trying to go to the left side with it.
And he has power that way as well. He can hit him out to all fields.
Had a walk-off homer against St. Mary's out to left field.
The full count pitch again. Is in there, called strike three at the knees. And that's the second out of the inning. A big out for Dylan Faulkner.
Fans don't like it, but like I said before, too close to take if you're Colby Shelton. You want to protect with 2 strikes, and Allen was borderline on the outside part of the plate to him.
I'll bring up Luke Heyman with 2 away now and 2 runners in scoring position. Heyman 1 for 2 on the night as he looks at strike one on the inside corner there from Faulkner. Heyman in last inning hit a single to left field and came around to score on the Shellnut RBI double. As this one is skied high into center field. Ranging in on it is Will Gale. He's under it and puts it away to end the inning. So Dylan Faulkner comes in and inherits 2 runners and doesn't let either of them score. Still a 5-4 ball game. Jacksonville leads as we go to the top of the 5th inning here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
Welcome back to Science Today. And we already have our next caller. Welcome. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Philip.
Hello, Philip. You sound really young.
Not really. I'm 9.
Oh, wow. You're still in elementary school, right?
Does that matter?
Oh, no, not at all. What's your question?
Well, I know the molecular formula for water is H2O. I also know that hydrocarbon is CH3CH2 50CH3. Glucose is C6H12O6. The general formula for an alkene is CnH2n plus 2. But what I can't seem to find is any scientific formula for Bob.
Bob?
My goldfish.
Are you ready for kids who eat healthy? Good nutrition can lead to great things. To find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed, go to mypyramid.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and USDA.
From the vantage point, Mafatu saw 6 war canoes drawn up on the beach, but what held the boys' eyes in awful trouble.
Welcome back to the Orange and Blue Sports Network. The Jacksonville Dolphins lead the Florida Gators 5-4 as we begin the 5th inning of play here from Condron Family Ballpark. Adriel Delgado will be the first to meet Luke McNeely in this top of the 5th inning. McNeely did a good job, came on last inning, struck the batter out to end it, as the first offering is low and inside for ball 1 to Delgado.
Gators had their opportunities last inning, had 2 runners on and nobody out. Dylan Falker came in and retired the side.
The 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike 1 from McNeely. Gators have struck out 7 batters so far tonight. The 1-1 pitch in there for strike 2 with a fastball in the inside corner.
And hopefully that inning is not one that comes back to haunt the Gators. You had 2 men in scoring position down a run.
Yeah, that's opportunities you do not want to waste. The 1-2 pitch at the knees, called strike 3. Delgado is set down on strikes to start off the 5th inning.
Well, a good start to Luke McNeely's outing. Struck out the guy to end the 4th. Already 1 down here in the 5th.
That'll bring up the left-handed batter, Chandler Howard, the DH. He struck out in his last at-bat as he watches strike 1 right down the middle at 93. A 1 count, 1 away here in the top of the 5th. That one's inside to Howard. 0 for 2 on the night. Flew out to left in the 2nd inning and then struck out in the 3rd. McNeely is 1-1. Swung on and missed in the dirt. Good off-speed pitch there from McNeely. Got Howard to go down after it. 1-2 the count now. 1 away in the 5th inning. That one's at the knees. Called strike 3 again. Back-to-back strikeouts for McNeely. And there's 2 away in the top of the 5th.
It's always a good thing when you can locate that fastball, and so far he's been dotting it up pretty much everywhere that Luke Heyman has set up for him. That time around 95 on the gun.
95 right at the knees, can't do much about that. I'll bring up Connor Spellman, the right-handed catcher, as he tries to check a swing, but he does go around on the off-speed pitch. That's 0-1 count now, 2 away. McNeely's 0-1. He's outside for ball 1. McNeely has looked like the most comfortable guy out of the Gator pen so far tonight.
Absolutely, and he's the 5th guy to come out there. Grayson Smith looked good to start. The inning soured on him as he went along, but McNeely's been strong.
The 1-1 pitch is on the inside corner for strike 2. Spellman didn't like it. Turned around, walked around outside the batter's box. He's back in there now. A 1-2 count. From McNeely to Spellman. That one is just a bit outside as McNeely was walking down to the first base dugout. He thought that was going to be called strike 3. One looked to be just a bit outside, though. It's a 2-2 count, 2 away in the inning. McNeely's pitch. Swung on and missed strike 3. Luke McNeely strikes out the side in the top of the 5th inning. And that's a big inning right there for the Gators as they still trail 5-4 as we are halfway through, go to the bottom of the 5th inning here in Gainesville, Florida on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
A small boy was rescued from abuse today by a magic trick. Witnesses say a bully had the boy pinned down.
Scott was hitting Timmy pretty hard, and I said somebody should do something.
Moments later, a street magician arrived on the scene. Police reports state he covered the bully with his coat. What happened next is still under investigation.
The bully turned into a bunch of kittens.
The victim left the scene unharmed.
Boy, you never see that happen.
That's because it doesn't. If you see abuse or neglect, learn what you can do from American Humane at BeHumane.org.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies. That's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
Oh, that's way better.
Now that you mention it.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great...
Welcome back to the Orange and Blue Sports Network. We're halfway through this one from Gainesville, Florida. The Jacksonville Dolphins lead the Gators 5-4 as we begin the bottom of the fifth inning. And for the rest of this game, I will pass over the play-by-play duties to my good pal and broadcasting partner, Ethan I.
Thank you, Hugh. Terrific job tonight. Ty Evans at the dish. And he takes ball one outside here from Dylan Faulkner out there for his second inning of relief. 1-2-3 set the Gators down with a couple runners on last inning. Faulkner deals. 1-0 pitch, check swing. Evans holds up for ball two. Faulkner inherited a runner on first and second situation and was able to retire the heart of the Gators order. Caglione, Shelton, and Heyman. 5-6-7 do it for the Gators here in the bottom of the fifth. The 2-0 is taken for a called strike up in the zone, basically at the letters to Evans. Tonight, Evans 2 for 2, a couple of base hits. He scored in the third on Tyler Shelnutt's two-run double. 2-1, grounded foul up the third base line. Taylor Black picking up his left leg and letting that one go right by him.
That's what we talked about earlier. That's what most base coaches do when a foul ball is coming their way. Get out of the way.
2-2. And the breaking ball misses outside to Evans, a full count. And that's what you know when you have a ball boy behind you to do the work for you. Might take their job.
Yep.
Payoff pitch from Faulkner. Evans bangs it foul up the left field line again. And the ball boy is going to chase after that one into the corner. And look, there go the Sharks. There go all the little kids running after it. Conglomerating in the corner, and they get a souvenir. Infield playing back, nobody on, nobody out. Payoff pitch again. Evans down low, ball four, and he'll take his base, the leadoff walk for Florida.
And I feel like Faulkner's pitching abilities from the left side, not a hard thrower. It bodes a lot better against left-handed hitters than it does against right. And he came in against two left-handers last inning, Caglione and Shelton. But now it's a few right-handers in this Gator lineup that he's going to have to put away.
Yeah, the rest of this lineup is right-handed. As here is Tyler Shelnut, runner at first, nobody out. The pitch swung on and lifted high, deep, and foul down the left field line. That one disappearing into the night sky over the berm and maybe across the street to KDC Scholl Presley Stadium where the softball team plays. That's how far that one went. Faulkner looks at first, and he'll throw over. Wants to keep Ty Evans in the area. Evans not a threat to steal.
Yeah, he hasn't had a steal so far this season, just 5 in his career.
Here's the 0-1. Fastball at the knees and a called strike. Defense still the same for the Dolphins. Blake Edmonds in left, Will Gale in center, and Abdiel Delgado in right. Masters, Hentz on the left side, Nadeau and Steidel on the right side, with Spellman catching. Left-hander deals. Breaking ball in the dirt. Nice job by Spellman to smother it. And it goes to 1-2 on Tyler Shelnut.
Yeah, that's a big block there from Spellman behind the plate. If you don't want to allow the tying run to get in the scoring position with nobody out here.
Evans gets off of first base. 4 to 5 steps with that lead. 1-2. And a called strike 3. Shelnut down looking on a fastball. There's 85 on the gun there from Faulkner, and he goes down walking back to the dugout nice and slow.
Doesn't matter how fast you throw it, as long as you put it in the right spots and dot up those outside corners, it's not easy to hit no matter what level you're at.
Second strikeout for Faulkner. He faces Landon Russell now, who's 0 for 2. First pitch here. Slider on the inner half is a called strike. Right-handed batter at the plate, lefty on the bump. Gators scored 4 times in the 3rd inning. 2-run shot from Jack Caglione, 2-run double from Shelnut. That's all the scoring to speak of so far for the Gators tonight. The 0-1 to Russell is grounded right back up the middle. Second baseman picks it up, shovels to short for 1. The turn is a double play. 4-6-3 go the Dolphins. Justin Nadeau to Cade Hentz over to Josh Steidel, and that snuffs out the rally here in the bottom of the 5th. Gators end up going down in order, albeit unorthodox. We'll go to the top of the 6th here in Gainesville. The score remains Jacksonville 5, Florida 4 on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
My name is Ruth Rusi, and this is how I live United. I read to children as part of United Way's education program. It helps them create links between language and literacy and prepares them for a better academic future. I figure I have the time and they have the need. My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Sit right there. I gotta tell you something. I bet you know someone with type 2 diabetes. Guaranteed. You know why? Because 1 out of every 3 little kids is gonna develop diabetes in their lifetime. That can lead to heart problems, strokes, and even blindness. I'm John Sally, and I'm telling you, it ain't gotta be that way. Now, you can up your defenses by eating more fruits and vegetables, having more vegetarian and vegan meals. These steps can be the power plays to protect you and your family against the risk of diabetes. Learn more, go to blockdiabetes.org. I'm kidding.
Hello, I'm John Lithgow. Manatees are unique, among the most amazing animals on Earth, but they're endangered. We pose the greatest threat to their survival.
Back here in Gainesville on the Orange and Blue Sports Network, Ethan Eibe, Hugh Green with you. Night has fallen here at Condron Family Ballpark. It's a 5-4 lead for the Jacksonville Dolphins. We go top 6, and the Dolphins back up to bat here against Luke McNeely, who has been stellar to start his outing. 4 at-bats, 4 strikeouts. His first assignment here is Cade Hentz, and he misses outside for ball 1. Neely came on, got the final out of the 4th, and struck out the side in the 5th inning. 9-1-2 due up for the Dolphins. The 0-1, or the 1-0 rather, is a called strike. Now even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, this combined with his last outing, it's started to turn around the season for the freshman McNeely.
1-1 offering is just a bit up to the right-handed batter, Hentz. 2 balls and a strike.
Hentz hit a couple of balls into right field, 2 base hits so far tonight, both to the right field
Some
side.
production out of the 9-hole as there's a swing and a miss on 2-1. Count now even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. After Hentz, the Dolphins will send Will Gale and Blake Edmonds to the plate as the lineup turns over. Heyman the sign. McNeely deals. 2-2 pitch up. And a full count now. Jacksonville retook the lead in the top of the 4th with a couple of runs. Trying to add on to it here. The 3-2 is inside, ball 4. And Hentz on for the 3rd time tonight. This is a leadoff walk, and back to the top of the order we go for Jacksonville.
And that's some production you don't usually expect, and you'd love to see out of the 9-hole hitter. On base for the 3rd time tonight. All 3 of his plate appearances, he's gotten to first base.
Florida pitching has walked 5 hitters so far tonight as Will Gale steps in, shows bunt, gets it down up the first base side. Heyman out to get it, scoops it up, throws on a bounce, and safe is the call at first. Gale beats it out, a bang-bang play at first base. Caglione scooped the low throw from Heyman, but the leadoff man beat it out for an infield bunt single.
From our angle, it looked like Heyman's throw and the scoop by Caglione might have gotten Gale running down to first.
Damian Beal, the first base umpire, made the call, and now all 4 umpires convene, and they will review it. Kevin O'Sullivan has asked for a review. And so Beal and the third base umpire, Torrell Poole, will head down into the tunnel, and they disappear behind the Jacksonville third base dugout as they go and take a look at this call at first.
This is a big call, too.
Yes, indeed.
The difference between 2 runners on, nobody out, and 1 runner on second and 1 out is huge. Obviously, Gale I don't think he was trying to go for a base hit there, but he would love it if that's what came of his sacrifice bunt attempt.
Gale obviously had the speed to make that happen. That bunt wasn't perfectly up the line. It had the trajectory to go in between first and the pitcher's mound, and Heyman, the catcher, was the first to get to it. His throw bounced once to Caglione, who had an excellent scoop. We're taking a look at the replay now on the video board here, and it looks promising for the Gators, would you say?
Yeah, I think so. I think the ball just got into the glove of Caglione right before Gale's right foot stepped on the first base bag, and it just has to touch some part of that inside part of the glove, and I believe it did, but we'll see what the umpires have to say.
In the meantime, Luke McNeely continues to warm up on the mound here as we await this decision. It would mean runners on first and second if the call stands. With nobody out for Jacksonville, it's a 5-4 Dolphins lead over the Gators. We're in the top of the 6th inning.
And it is worthy to note that the call on the field was safe, so they'll need evidence to overturn that call to call him out.
And looks like the umpires are making their way back on the field now, so let's see what their call is. Runner at first is out. They have overturned the call. So let's give some credit to Luke Heyman there, springing up from behind the plate to get that ball and make a throw. And even more credit to Caglione for picking that ball out of the dirt on the low throw. So the Gators do record the out at first, and it will be runner at second, one out for the 2-hole hitter Blake Edmonds. And record that as a sacrifice for Will Gale. 2-3 on the putout. McNeely deals, and the first pitch to Edmonds is fouled straight back into the screen.
Edmonds has been on base all 3 times he's been up today. A couple of singles and a hit by pitch in his last at-bat in the 4th.
I've got him shifted to pull here. Shelton, the shortstop, playing near behind the second base bag as the pitch comes in, and a called strike 2. 2-seamer on the outside part of the plate. Edmonds digs back into the lefty box now. Right-hander McNeely is ready. The 0-2, and just down low with it. 88 on the gun, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jacksonville up 5-4. Potential 6th run, standing at second base with only 1 out. McNeely has the sign from Heyman on 1-2, and that hits him again. Slider went too far in, and it clipped Edmonds on the right knee. He'll trot down to first. He is on for the 4th time, second via the hit by pitch, and now runners at first and second with 1 down.
That is not the ending to that at-bat that McNeely wanted. Had 2 strikes on the batter and hit him on the leg, and that'll put a couple of runners on with just 1 away.
And now you get into the trouble spots here for Jacksonville with Justin Nadeau at the plate. First offering misses down low for ball 1. Nadeau and then Josh Steidel, the 3-4-hole hitters, are the best the Dolphins have to offer. 5-4 Jacksonville lead here with 2 runners aboard. The pitch in the dirt. Nice stop by Heyman. We'll check that, 2-0. Nadeau an RBI single in the 4th inning. That tied the game at 4. And Steidel had the RBI ground out to give Jacksonville the lead they currently have. 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Fastball there, challenged him with 93. As McNeely tries to get back in this thing. It's been the big inning that has busted Neely's ERA above 15 this year. The 2-1, called strike 2, clipped the outside part of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Neely just hasn't been able to get out of these jams. They tend to snowball on him here, but O'Sullivan is giving him that chance now to rewrite the narrative. 2-2. And a swinging ground ball foul. It hits off the Gator dugout on the first base side. We'll do it again.
I think after a couple of fastballs that got called for strikes and then slider that he fouled off, I think he'd go back to the heat this time. Maybe upstairs a little bit to try to get him out of this one.
2-2 pitch. This one flared foul down the left side. It goes over the awning, just behind the last section of seats and onto the concourse. So still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Justin Nadeau with the plate. Runners at first and second for the Dolphins. One out in the top of the sixth. 5-4 Jacks lead. 2-2. And just down low. My goodness, that was close. But Nadeau with a good eye, and now a full count.
Be interesting to see if the runners go. We talked about the speed that these Dolphins have. We'll see if they decide to go on this full count pitch with one away.
They have had a successful hit and run already in this game. See if they pull it again here. The payoff. Called strike 3. Frozen at the knees with a fastball from McNeely. Down goes Nadeau for out number 2.
The 11th strikeout for Gator pitching tonight. Great fastball at the knees at 92 miles an hour from McNeely. And he's one pitch away now from getting out of this jam.
And the 5th K for McNeely in his outing. He'll now face Josh Steidel, the cleanup man. They shift him to pull. Check swing on the first offering, and it's a called strike. Shelton now playing to the second base bag, the second base side of the bag. Big hole over there at shortstop. Kate Curlin playing a step onto the outfield grass. As Steidel lofts it foul down the left side. Quickly, McNeely's ahead 0-2.
Steidel has hit it to the right side. In both times he's put the ball in play. He had a single to right field in his second at-bat in the third, and then 3 unassisted.
0-2. And just outside, Heyman couldn't get the handle on it. That one popped out of his glove. 1 ball and 2 strikes. McNeely trying to walk the tightrope here in the top of the 6th and preserve the 1-run deficit. Jacksonville up 5-4. 2 men on, they take their leads. First and second. The 1-2. Down low again. Just below the knees to Steidel, even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Steidel stands tall in the left-handed box, crowding the plate. Softly waving the bat behind his helmet. McNeely ready. On 2-2. Breaking ball is fouled straight back. Got a piece of it to stay alive there.
These Jacksonville batters have been putting up a lot of quality at-bats, lots of foul balls, taking good pitches, pitchers' pitches that they're taking for balls.
McNeely digs back in. His 37th pitch. Swung on and missed. Down goes Steidel. McNeely is excited as he walks off the mound. A fist pump. He strands 2 runners on in this top of the 6th inning. And the score remains Jacksonville 5, Florida 4. Bottom of 6 coming up in Gainesville. Can the Gators get something going? Let's find out together when we come back. You're listening to Florida Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Hey, Russell Wilson here, and I know how important exercise is.
It's essential. It's essential.
With Play 60, United Way and the NFL are helping kids stay active and play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids, healthy kids.
But what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60 because great things happen when we live united.
Donate, donate.
Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
There are some things you can only do once in a lifetime. Graduate high school, get your first job, and if you're a young man about to turn 18, there's one other thing, which is also the law: registering with Selective Service. It's fast, it's easy, and you only have to do it once your entire life. Just visit your post office or sss.gov on your computer or smartphone. Do it and keep yourself eligible for a lot of other once-in-a-lifetime.
Welcome back to the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Ethan Eibe, Hugh Green with you from Gainesville. 57 degrees and a clear sky here on this Tuesday evening. 5-4, Jacksonville leads the Gators. As we go bottom 6, here's Brody Dene. As 8, 9, and 1 are due up for the Gators. First offering from Dylan Faulkner's a called strike. I'll tell you what, Hugh, I did not show up prepared for the weather this evening. No jackets out here in this booth. The 0-1. Foul tip into the glove of Connor Spellman. 0-2 to Brody Dene.
Yeah, neither of us really came prepared for that in that facet. No jackets, just polos and khakis for us here.
0-2 pitch. Breaking ball called. Strike 3. Done is down looking. Lovely breaking ball there from Faulkner. Caught him at the knees. So 3 pitches and an out for the left-handed reliever. 1 gone to the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, Faulkner done a good job since coming in. Has a few strikeouts now and at the bottom of the lineup again.
Here comes Jalen Guy up for the 3rd time tonight. Fielder's choice in the 2nd, hit by pitch in the 4th. The first pitch, Joe's bunt, pulls it back. And it's ball 1. Base is empty here, 1 out. Gators down a run here in the 6th. Second offering to Guy is in and out of the glove of Spellman, and that's ball 2. Looked good, he just didn't squeeze it.
Yeah, possibly could have been a strike called if he did catch that one. Maybe got crossed up a little bit there on the inside pitch.
The 2-0 offering from Faulkner. Another one misses out, ball 3. Jalen Guy here likely will not have the green light to swing. We've got Cade Curlin due up and Jack Caglione right after him. And that lineup is deep for the Gators.
Yeah, after 3 straight strikes to strike out Donay, 3 balls to start Guy.
The 3-0. Fastball knee high and a called strike. Guy digs back in, righty at the plate, left-hander on the mound. Here's the 3-1. Outside, ball 4. Guy draws the 1-out walk, and the Gators have signs of life here in the 6th.
3rd walk for the Gators so far tonight. Puts the tying run on board.
2nd walk for Faulkner, and here comes Cade Curlin as the lineup turns over for the Gators. Florida down 5-4, Jacksonville leading by a run here. Runner at first, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. For the first pitch, a pickoff play, and Guy dives back in safely. Gators were down 3-0 before erupting for 4 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. A 2-run shot from Caglione, a 2-run double from Shelnut took the lead, but relinquished it with a 2-run Jacksonville effort in the top of the 4th, and that's where we stand now. Another pickoff play to first. Guy is back. Guy did steal his first base of the season his last time up. When he reached on a hit by pitch, he swiped 2nd. Takes an aggressive lead here. First pitch to Curlin, outside, ball 1.
And usually on a lefty, if you're gonna go on first move right when he lifts that leg. So Faulkner trying to get him leaning a little bit on those throws over to first.
Curlin digs back in, righty on a lefty. Faulkner's 1-0. A slider misses outside, an easy take for Curlin. That one didn't have any part of the zone there.
Yeah, trying to go that backdoor breaking ball, but couldn't get it to break enough to get in the zone.
Faulkner comes set, ball and glove chest high, looks at first, and comes home with 2-0. And a called strike to Curlin, up in the zone. Even with the Florida script, 2 balls and a strike to Florida's second baseman, who tonight has reached twice, single and a walk to go along with a strikeout. Another pickoff to first, and Guy back in standing up. Not aggressive enough to warrant a dive back into first base. Caglione waiting in the on-deck circle. The 2-1. Just below the knees, 3 balls and a strike to Curlin.
You're really going to have to come after Curlin here. Unless Faulkner believes he has a better matchup with Caglione, but that you almost never do with Jack Caglione.
Even if it would be a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Here's the 3-1 to Curlin. Check swing, he did not go, and he draws the walk. Back-to-back walks here for Dylan Faulkner have set up the Gators well, as Jack Caglione will step up with runners on first and second, only 1 away. And a 5-4 Jacksonville lead. Caglione, the man you want up if you're the Gators, but before we get going here, we will have a mound visit. I don't believe that's the manager.
No, there's been a right-hander warming up in the pen. This may just be a mound visit to calm down Faulkner, give him a little game plan against Caglione here, but It's a hard thing to do. He got Caglione on the ground out to second in his last time up against Faulkner.
Caglione's the first repeat batter Faulkner would be facing. He came on in the 4th inning in relief of Blake Barquin. He inherited a runners on first and second situation with nobody out, and he retired Caglione, Shelton, and Heyman to get out of it. Cags grounded out to second base. So we'll see what we can do here his second time facing this left-hander. Both runners take their leads off of first and second. First pitch to Caglione is swung on, popped high in the air out to shallow center field. Cade Hens, the shortstop, back nearly even with the bag, now drifting to his right, squeezes it for out number 2. Caglione on the first pitch skies out to the shortstop in shallow left center. Not what you want if you're the Gators. Still an opportunity with Colby Shelton coming up next.
Yeah, Caglione slammed his bat down after popping that one up. He was upset with himself. Definitely missed a pitch there to hit that he could have drove into a gap somewhere.
Understandably frustrated here as the pitch to Shelton is going to skip into the plate here for ball 1. Nice stop there by Spellman, the catcher. 2 on, 2 out for the Gators, down a run. It's a 5-4 Jacksonville lead in the bottom of the 6th. First at second base are the runners. Lefty on lefty, Faulkner deals. Shelton slashes it foul down the left side, 1-1 the count. Shelton with a base hit here could tie this game. Plenty of speed over there at second base with Jalen Guy. One in the gap could score them both. You've got Cade Kurland at first. The 1-1. Outside and low for ball 2. Shelton to this point 0 for 2, hit by a pitch his first time up, but since then a ground out to second and a strikeout. Luke Heyman waits in the on-deck circle if this inning continues. Here's the 2-1. And an easy slider to take outside, 3-1 the count.
This would be a big base runner here if Shelton's able to reach and get it to Heyman with the bases loaded.
Shelton digs in. Faulkner has the sign, looks at second, comes home with it. 3-1 pitch skied high in the air out towards shallow left field. Aiden Masters, the third baseman, drifting into foul ground and makes the catch once again. Dylan Faulkner works into and out of trouble. He avoids the big one here in the 6th inning, sets down Caglione and Shelton with 2 runners on, and the Dolphins escape this inning and retain the lead. A 5-4 Jacksonville advantage as we go to the top of the 7th. A new arm coming in from the bullpen for the Florida Gators. We will get you that pitching change on the other side of the break. You're listening to Florida Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
In the news, a small boy was rescued from abuse today by a magic trick. Witnesses say a bully had the boy pinned down.
Scott was hitting Timmy pretty hard, and I said somebody should do something.
Moments later, a street magician arrived on the scene. Police reports state he covered the bully with his coat. What happened next is still under investigation.
The bully turned into a bunch of kittens.
The victim left the scene unharmed.
Boy, you never see that happen.
That's because it doesn't. If you see abuse or neglect, learn what you can do from American Humane at BeHumane.org.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies. Oh, that's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
Oh, that's way better. Now that you mention it.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
These are the sounds of someone taking their eyes off the road. Texting while driving is more than distracting. It's dangerous. Do Florida a favor.
Back here in Gainesville, top 7 we go at Condron Family Ballpark. Ethan Eibe, Hugh Green with you on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. 5-4 Jacksonville leads it as Aiden Masters steps up to the plate against the new arm out of the Florida bullpen, Alex Philpott, whose first pitch is a called strike one.
Philpott pitched to a 4.02 ERA so far this season in 15 2/3.
Second offering is swung on and missed. Masters down quickly 0-2. He has been one of the more reliable freshmen out of Kevin O'Sullivan's bullpen this year. 0-2 quickly. Slider just outside of all and 2 strikes.
Did not fare well over the weekend against Texas A&M though. Didn't get an out, walked 2 batters.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed. Heyman will have to throw it down on the drop third strike, and he does. Caglione squeezes it to complete the K. 1 up, 1 down for Alex Philpott. And before that A&M series, though, he was looking good out of the pen. Throws with a lot of heat from the right side.
Yeah, had an ERA below 3 before that A&M outing. So he's been great, a 6'5" righty freshman.
And that brings up Adriel Delgado here as he takes a called strike one. With Philpott coming in, that brings Luke McNeely's night to a close. 2 1/3 stellar innings of relief as Delgado rolls it foul up the first base side, and this time the first base coach barehands it. McNeely struck out 6 batters, including 2 in a row to end the 6th with 2 runners on. 0-2 pitch right down the heart of the plate, a called strike 3. Philpott sits down Delgado. 2 up, 2 down by way of the K, and that brings up Chandler Howard.
Flashbacks of the 5th inning here where McNeely struck out the side. This time, Philpott trying to do the same thing.
First pitch to Howard. This is up for ball 1. Howard with the DH, left-handed hitting against the right-hander Philpott. Infield back, nobody on here with 2 outs in the 7th as Howard gets a piece of it and rolls it foul behind home plate. 1-1.
He struck out twice so far tonight and flew out to left in the 4th inning, 2nd inning.
1-1 pitch is sent foul above the third base dugout, and that one was above the roof as well. So 1-2 to Howard. Let's see if Philpott can strike out the side. Righty deals. And this one connected on and flown foul behind us. So the count stays where it is, 1-2. Howard 0 for 3. He struck out twice tonight, flown out to left field as well. 1-2. Howard gets into one out towards straightaway center. Jalen Guy starts back, now trots in, backs up again a step and makes the catch. And that will conclude matters here in the top of the 7th. Terrific inning of relief for Alex Philpott, and it's time to stand and sing at Condron Family Ballpark. The score remains Jacksonville 5, Florida 4, bottom 7 coming up here in Gainesville. You're listening to Florida Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Welcome back to Science Today. And we already have our next caller. Welcome. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Philip.
Hello, Philip. You sound really young.
Not really. I'm 9.
Oh, wow. You're still in elementary school, right?
Does that matter?
Oh, no, not at all. What's your question?
Well, I know the molecular formula for water is H2O. I also know that hydrocarbon is CH3CH2 50CH3. Glucose is C6H12O6. The general formula for an alkene is CnH2n plus 2. But what I can't seem to find is any scientific formula for Bob.
Bob?
My goldfish.
Are you ready for kids who eat healthy? Good nutrition can lead to great things. To find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed, go to mypyramid.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and USDA.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
From the vantage point, Mafatu saw 6 war canoes drawn up on the beach, but what held the boy's eyes in awful trance were the figures, the eaters of men, cannibals. Mafatu watched the strange scene, powerless to move. In that very instant, he heard a crashing in the undergrowth. 4 figures were tearing through the jungle. He turned and ran blindly down the trail, thinking only of his canoe. If only he could reach it before the savages overtook him. Explore new worlds. Find out what happens next by reading.
Welcome back here to the Orange and Blue Sports Network. New arm on the mound for the Jacksonville Dolphins. It is Divine VA. What a name. Right-handed thrower out of Fleming Island, Florida. He'll face Luke Heyman to start here. It's a 5-4 Jacksonville lead entering the bottom of the 7th. Getting late here in this Tuesday night matchup here between a couple of in-state ball clubs. As the first pitch to Heyman misses up and in for ball 1. It'll be Heyman, Ty Evans, and Tyler Shelnut. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Florida.
The middle lineup wants to get something going here, trying to tie this game up or take the lead in the 7th.
1-0 offering. Heyman watches a strike go by on the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The VA, this is his 7th appearance of the year, 2nd season with the Dolphins. Pitched in 14 games last year. The 1-1. Slow chopper up the middle. This one gloved in by Justin Nadeau on the soft liner for out number 1. Heyman got jammed an inside fastball.
Yeah, that one got in on the hands of Heyman, just able to barely pop it up to the second baseman there for the first out of the inning.
So with 1 out, that brings up Ty Evans. See if the Gators can get anything going here in the 7th. Those outs are quickly slipping away as VA misses up and in with ball 1. Righty on righty matchup. Evans tonight, 2 hits, scored a run in the 4th. The 1-0. Evans yanks it foul on the ground up the left field line. 1 ball and a strike.
Evans way out ahead of that breaking ball on the outside, just able to get a piece of it and foul it down the left field line. VA thrown 4 innings so far this season to a 9 ERA.
Righty deals and misses out. 2-1 to Evans. Jacksonville struck first in the 1st inning, a 2-run single from Aiden Masters. Tacked on another in the 3rd, Masters with an RBI groundout. Gators plated 4 runs in the 3rd inning to take the lead as Evans is drilled with a fastball here. Hit him in the lower part of his back, right underneath the blue number 2 on the white jersey. And he'll head down to first base. Gators have a runner on here with 1 away in the bottom of the 7th, and up comes Tyler Shelnut. Those 4 Gator runs, 2 from Jack Caglione on his 8th home run of the season, and a 2-run double from Shelnut gave the Gators their first lead. And that quickly went away as Jacksonville tacked on 2 more in the top of the 4th, and that's where we've stood ever since. As the breaking ball is a called strike here on the inner half to Shelnut. Another righty-righty matchup here. Lots of hit by pitches to go around today for both teams. As VA deals, Shelnut lofts a fly ball out towards shallow center field. Will Gale coming in and makes the catch on the move for out number 2. Shelnut got a good piece of it, but Gale able to track it down for the 2nd out. And that's going to bring up Landon Russell here with a runner at first and 2 down.
Yeah, Shelnut the ball ran in on his hands just enough that he popped it out to center field. If he got that one more on the barrel, probably drove that one into a gap or over the head of the center fielder.
Evans takes his lead, and VA will throw over. Dive back in safely for Evans. Russell 0 for 3, grounded into a double play to end the 5th. Also a lineout and a strikeout to his ledger. First pitch from VA. Breaking ball lifted high in the air out towards right field, heading down the line. Delgado has a beat on it and makes the catch. And that will end the bottom half of the 7th inning. Gators get a runner on via the hit by pitch, but can't get anything going And we're on our way to the 8th. Gators still down a run. It's a 5-4 Jacksonville lead. Dolphins coming back up to hit when we come back on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Hey, Russell Wilson here, and I know how important exercise is.
It's essential. It's essential.
With Play 60, United Way and the NFL are helping kids stay active and play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids. Healthy kids.
But what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60 because great things happen when we live united.
Donate, donate.
Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
There are some things you can only do once in a lifetime. Graduate high school, get your first job, and if you're a young man about to turn 18, there's one other thing, which is also the law: registering with Selective Service. It's fast, it's easy, and you only have to do it once your entire life. Just visit your post office or sss.gov on your computer or smartphone. Do it and keep yourself eligible for a lot of other once-in-a-lifetime experiences, like that first college loan or Pell Grant, or U.S. citizenship if you're an immigrant.
Hello, I'm John Lithgow. Manatees are unique, among the most amazing animals.
Welcome back to Gainesville. We go top 8 here at Condron Family Ballpark. Ethan Eibe, Hugh Green with you on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Jacksonville with a 5-4 lead over the Florida Gators. Alex Philpott back on the bump for his second inning of relief. They'll face 8-9-1 for the Dolphins. Connor Spellman, Kate Hentz, and Will Gale. Dolphins have led since their 2-run effort in the 4th inning. Their pitching has done a spectacular job of getting out of some jams. Gators have left 8 runners on base tonight. And it looks like this will be Spellman at the plate.
Spellman struck out all 3 of his plate appearances so far tonight.
First pitch here from Philpott. Check swing. He did go around, says the home plate umpire, Vic Carell. No balls and a strike. Philpott working lightning fast. The pitch, another check swing, but this one's out, 1-1. Strikeouts have ruled the day for the Gators pitching staff. 14 Ks tonight. 1-1. Fastball dots the outside corner to the right-handed batter. 1-2 to Spellman.
Philpott had 2 of those 14 last inning. First 2 batters he faced.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Make it 15 strikeouts on the night for Gator pitching now, as Spellman's down for the 4th time. And they call that the golden sombrero, right?
Yeah, the golden sombrero for Connor Spellman. Not something you want to have happen to you on any day in baseball. That 129 average to start the day has only gone down.
That brings up the 9-hole hitter, Cade Hentz, who takes a strike on the breaking ball. My good friend Lincoln Revel and I in Alpine, Texas, for our Alpine Cowboys seasons, came up with a 5-strikeout hat, as there's a base hit to right field. Hentz is aboard here for the 3rd time. Check that, the 4th time in his 3rd base hit. An oppo field slicing line drive sends us back to the top of the order, Will Gale.
It's the 3rd time he's hit a single to right field. Has Hentz, he's been all over the base paths tonight from the 9 spot.
Gale, the leadoff man, at the plate now. Philpott deals and misses out for ball 1. So the hat that my friend Lincoln and I came up with for 5 strikeouts in a game. You know, we have the golden sombrero for 4. We got to go up to platinum, right?
Yeah.
So we said the platinum propeller beanie. As there is a ball that misses down low, 2-0 to Will Gale.
The propeller beanie?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the ones with the little spinny things on top of your head.
Exactly. Make it platinum.
In platinum. I like it. I like it.
That's what we're going with. So we'll see if Spellman gets another shot to earn it. The 2-0. Gale lofts this one out towards right field. Coming in and to his left, Ty Evans lines it up and makes the catch. And that's out number 2. It looked dangerous off the bat, but Evans able to track it down for the 2nd out.
Yeah, it was pretty easy. Just a few steps to his left was Evans to track that one down and get the 2nd out of this inning.
Left-hander warming up in the Florida bullpen. To the naked eye, it looks like Frank Menendez, but hard for me to tell from this angle. And as Blake Edmonds takes a called strike 1 here, 2 outs, runner at first, 5-4 Jacksonville. Alex Philpott on the mound trying to keep the deficit at just a run. Caglione holding the runner on at first, the 0-1. Dips below the zone, even at 1 ball, 1 strike to Edmonds, who has been on base all 4 times tonight. 2 singles, 2 hit by pitches. Infield playing straight away. Middle infielders back a step onto the outfield grass. The 1-1. Edmonds rips it down the right field line, and that will hook foul onto the berm.
Sharks.
One hops into a waiting fan's arms. Edmonds just ahead of that pitch. Otherwise, that one might have gone a long, long way.
Yeah, he made very solid contact with that inside fastball. Turned on it well.
1-2 from Philpott. High drive out towards center field. Jalen Guy drift catch on the move for out number 3. Alex Philpott allows a runner on. The base hit from Hentz does not come to pass. Gets out of the jam here. We'll go bottom of 8. Gators still down a run and not a whole lot of time to work with. Jacksonville 5, Florida 4. You're listening to Florida Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Welcome back to Science Today. And we already have our next caller. Welcome. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Philip.
Hello, Philip. You sound really young.
Not really. I'm 9.
Oh, wow. You're still in elementary school, right?
Does that matter?
Oh, no, not at all. What's your question?
Well, I know the molecular formula for water is H2O. I also know that hydrocarbon is CH3, CH2, 50, CH3. Glucose is C6H12O6. The general formula for an alkene is CnH2n plus 2. But what I can't seem to find is any scientific formula for Bob.
Bob?
My goldfish.
Are you ready for kids who eat healthy? Good nutrition can lead to great things. To find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed, go to mypyramid.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and USDA.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easily.
Welcome back to the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Ethan Eibe, Hugh Green with you on this Tuesday night in Gainesville. 5-4 Jacksonville leads the Gators on their home turf. We go bottom of 8. Armando Albert will pinch hit here, and he will replace the 8-hole hitter Brody Dene, also the designated hitter. So Dene replaced after 3 trips to the plate. He was 0 for 2, and Armando Albert will get the opportunity here as the Gators need a spark. 8-9-1 due up for the Gators. After Albert, we'll see Jalen Guy and Cade Curlin. Jack Caglione would be after him. Gators haven't scored since plating 4 runs, all 4 of their runs, in the 3rd inning. Divine VA back on the mound for JU and misses inside with the fastball here.
Yeah, Albert has had a lot of experience his first season in Gainesville, but he played for FAU.
The 1-0. Albert takes a called strike at the knees, 1-1 the count.
He played for FAU, 113 games for them. Before that, he played at Santa Fe Community College here in Gainesville, so very common with the location.
The 1-1. And Albert takes a called strike to outside part of the plate there to the left-handed batter. So a couple of Santa Fe transfers in this lineup for the Gators, Albert and Shelnut. Albert also got some starting time at second base when Cade Curlin was hurt to begin this season with a hamstring strain. As the 1-2 misses up and out. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. It's been nothing but zeros since that 4-run third for Florida. Terrific relief pitching by this Dolphins team has kept them out of it. As Albert gets into one out to left center field, splitting the gap. Blake Edmonds over, calls off Gaze to make the catch. Albert down for out number 1. Number 9 hitter Jalen Guy will be replaced now, as I believe this is Blake Brookins coming to the plate for the Florida Gators. No, it's Hayden Yost, my mistake. Yost to pinch hit for Guy and will likely replace him in the outfield somewhere. Guy was playing at center field. Guy can play all 3 outfield positions. We'll see if they move him around on the defensive half of the 9th. Base is empty, 1 away in the bottom of the 8th, 5-4 Jacks. As Hayden Yost takes a called strike 1 from VA.
This is Yost's 15th at-bat of the season, hitting just 143 so far, 5 strikeouts. Does have a couple of doubles, though.
Yost batting from the left side. The righty deals. And Yost powers this one in the air to left center field. The ballpark will hold it. Edmonds over and makes the catch yet again here. 7-8 steps to his left, calling off Gale again. Couple of flyouts to left, and that will bring up Cade Kurland. The Gators have 4 outs to work with now, and this place isn't a packed house tonight, but those that are here at Condron have to be wondering when the breakthrough will happen, if it will happen.
Yeah, they were thinking that third inning maybe would have snowballed and turned into something big for him, but not so fast.
First offering to Kurland, grounded towards short, deep in the hole. Hentz has it, throws across his body on the run, in time to first. Josh Steidl with the stretch. Kurland is out. A bang-bang play at short. And just like that, the Jacksonville Dolphins are 3 outs away from coming into Gainesville and getting the win. The 8th inning comes to an unceremonious end. As we go to the top of the 9th, the score remains Jacksonville 5, Florida 4. Dolphins looking for some insurance when we come back. You're listening to Florida Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
The small boy was rescued from abuse today by a magic trick. Witnesses say a bully had the boy pinned down.
Scott was hitting Timmy pretty hard, and I said somebody should do something.
Moments later, a street magician arrived on the scene. Police reports state he covered the bully with his coat. What happened next is still under investigation.
The bully turned into a bunch of kittens.
The victim left the scene unharmed.
Boy, you never see that happen.
That's because it doesn't. If you see abuse or neglect, learn what you can do from American Humane at BeHumane.org.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies.
Oh, that's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
Oh.
Alrighty, folks, here we go to the top of the 9th inning. Jacksonville leads Florida 5-4 here at Condron Family Ballpark. Ethan Eibe, Hugh Green with you on the Orange and Blue Sports Network as Justin Nadeau gets things started. 3, 4, and 5 due for the Dolphins after him. Josh Steidl and Aiden Masters against Alex Philpott in his 3rd inning of relief. He has been terrific. First pitch to Nadeau was a called strike on the breaking ball, 0-1. Philpott a base hit allowed in the 8th inning, otherwise spotless, including 3 strikeouts. 0-1, Nadeau fouls it straight back. Quickly 0-2.
Philpott's been great so far out of the bullpen for Kevin O'Sullivan. He loves to see that.
0-2 pitch, just off the outside of the plate, 1-2 the count. Hayden Yost takes over in center field for Jalen Guy, and presumably Armando Albert now slides into the DH spot for Brody Dene as Nadeau turns on one, sends it out to right, and that will fall for a base hit. Ty Evans pulled up just short of that ball. It fell awfully quick. Evans opting not to go for a dive there, instead played it safe. And Nadeau aboard with a leadoff single here in the 9th.
Yeah, I think that's a smart call. If you don't know you're going to catch the ball, you don't want to lay out, have the possibility of it going behind you and getting that runner and possibly to third on a triple.
Nadeau's 2nd hit of the evening brings up Josh Steidl, the cleanup man. Steidl had an RBI ground out in the 4th inning. That gave Jacksonville the lead, 5-4. And since then, they have not handed that lead back. 0-1 the count after a called strike. Caglione holding on the runner at first. The 0-1 is hit straight back into the screen. 0-2 quickly to Steidl. Aiden Masters in the on-deck circle. Abdriel Delgado would be after him. Infield at double play depth for the Gators. The pitch bounces to the plate. Heyman, a terrific stop. A ball and 2 strikes.
It'd be huge for the Gators' momentum here to get a strikeout or a double play. Either one of those would really get the team going.
Philpott comes set, now throws to first, and diving back in safely, Nadeau. Gators haven't recorded a hit since their 4-run third inning, if you can believe that. Another throw to first, and diving back in safely is Nadeau yet again. They've had plenty of opportunities, though. 8 base runners left on for these Gators tonight. The 1-2 is just outside to the left-handed batter. Now 2-2 to Josh Steidel.
Philpott smartly taking a couple checks over there to first. Nadeau 7 steals on the season.
Righty before the pitch, another throw over, and Nadeau back again. Just keeping him honest over there.
Team that likes to run 29 stolen bases so far this year out of 34 attempts.
Philpott ready, ball and glove, chest high, and now another pickoff play. The 4th time, Nadeau is back.
That was a little closer.
Caglione straddling just in front of the first base bag. No shifting going on defensively for the Gators, as the 2-2 is flared foul down the left side. And we'll do it again here.
Steidel putting up a very good at-bat here, fouling off some tough pitches from Philpott.
Gators will have the heart of the order due up in the bottom of the 9th down, hopefully just by a run. As there's a swing and a miss on the 2-2 pitch. Steidel sent down swinging. Philpott gets the K, and out number 1 here in the 9th.
A great breaking ball there. Little back foot slider to Steidel in the left-handed batter's box. Swung right over it for a strikeout.
So that brings up Aiden Masters here, and another pickoff play to first. Nadeau is back.
16 strikeouts now for the Gator pitching.
It's been a terrific night, all things told, as the first offering to Masters is a called strike 1. It's interesting. Usually, the Gators' struggles have come on the mound this entire season. Tonight, the bats have gone abnormally silent. No hits since the 3rd inning when they scored 4 times. This one, a pitch out. Heyman looks to first to throw, but does not. Now a ball and a strike to Masters. Man, they are really anticipating a Nadeau steal here.
As I said, he 7 steals on the season. That's tied for the lead on this Dolphins team.
Masters looked down, got some signs from his manager at third as this one lined up the middle. That's going to get through. Base hit center field. Nadeau to second. He will stop there as Yost fires it in. A solid knock right back up the middle for Aiden Masters. And now runners at first and second for the Dolphins here.
Good piece of hitting right there from Masters. Lined that right back where it came from, just out of the reach of Curlin over there at second. Now they got a couple runners on, looking for some insurance.
Here comes Adriel Delgado. His teammates call him Abby. And before we go to this at-bat, Kevin O'Sullivan's heading out to the mound, and it looks like he will make the change here. Made the signal to his bullpen. Don't blame him here. Philpott in his 3rd inning of relief, up to 38 pitches. And Kevin O'Sullivan takes the ball from his young right-hander. Pitching change here in Gainesville. We will get you the new name on the Florida mound when we come back. A huge situation for these Gators. Down 5-4 to Jacksonville. Runners on first and second, and 1 out in the top of the 9th. You're listening to Florida Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
I go to school with your children. We say the Pledge of Allegiance together. I'm 1 out of every 4 children in America, and I'm struggling with hunger. I'm lucky to grow up where I could be whatever I want. I want to grow up and be someone who doesn't go to bed hungry. Please visit feedingamerica.org today and find your local food bank. Every dollar you donate helps provide 7 meals for kids like me. Together, we're Feeding America. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
In the news, a small boy was rescued from abuse today by a magic trick. Witnesses say a bully had the boy pinned down.
Scott was hitting Timmy pretty hard, and I said somebody should do something.
Moments later, a street magician arrived on the scene. Police reports state he covered the bully with his coat. What happened next is still under investigation.
The bully turned into a bunch of kittens.
The victim left the scene unharmed.
Boy, you never see that happen.
That's because it doesn't. If you see abuse or neglect, learn what you can do from American Humane at BeHumane.org.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies.
Oh, that's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
Oh, that's way better.
Now that you mention it.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Back here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network, Ethan Eibe, Hugh Green from Condron Family Ballpark. 5-4 Jacksonville, one away in the top of the ninth, and a new pitcher for the Florida Gators here. It is left-hander Frank Menendez out of Miami. The freshman comes in a big spot. Runners on first and second for the Dolphins. Abdriel Delgado at the plate. Gators trying to keep the deficit at 1 to head to the bottom of the ninth with a chance to walk it off. Only one away, though, as the first pitch from Menendez is a called strike one. Menendez, his 5th appearance of his collegiate career, his last time out, an inning, just 1/3 of an inning, 2 earned runs against Texas A&M Saturday. The 0-1. Swing and a miss by Delgado, quickly 0-2. Kevin O'Sullivan liked what he saw from the left-hander, though, said his splitter looked especially good.
Great breaking ball right there.
The 0-2. And that slider misses low and outside to the left-handed batter. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup. A ball and 2 strikes to Delgado. Jacksonville has Justin Nadeau at second, Aiden Masters at first. Plenty of speed out there for the Finns. 1-2 from Menendez. Grounded towards third. That's going to get through. Base hit left field. Up to third goes Nadeau, and he puts the brakes on as this one fired in from Landon Russell. Bases loaded for the Dolphins on the base hit from Delgado.
Yeah, that's another good piece of hitting there. That time from Gabriel Delgado. Lefty on lefty matchup. 2 strikes in the count. Just puts his feet in the ground and blasts that one to left field on the opposite side.
No hope there for the Gator infielders, as that one was poked to the opposite way, right in that 5-6 hole. No one was there to get it. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here for the Dolphins as Jaden Bastian steps in, the freshman out of Winter Garden. Will have an opportunity to deliver some much-needed insurance for Jacksonville if he can come through. Corner infielders in, middle ones back in case they get that double play ball. Lefty deals. Swung on and fouled straight back into the screen. 0-1.
That's a big spot to put a freshman in. He's replacing Chandler Howard, who was 0 for 4 in the day with a couple of strikeouts. So trying to get the freshman in there in a big spot.
Base hit here could tack on a couple more for the Dolphins. Menendez on the 0-1. Pours in strike 2.
Way to get ahead there.
Bastian, a 107 hitter entering play. Home run, a couple driven in on the young season. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Menendez went outside and got him to reach. And he records the 2nd out of the inning on the strikeout.
That's a big spot for a strikeout there. Bases loaded, just 1 out in the inning, and gets him swinging.
Connor Spellman digs in now. 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. Runners at first and second, 5-4 Dolphins with 2 outs in the top of the ninth. Gators trying to send this game to the bottom of the ninth without giving up another run. There's a strike. Bases are loaded, actually, my mistake. Called strike on the inner half. Ready at the plate, left-hander on the mound. 0-1. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes to Connor Spellman.
93 on the gun that time. Menendez reared back and let that one fire right down the middle, threw right past him.
Menendez has the sign. 0-2. Sliced and a base hit to right field. In to score comes Nadeau. Around third, the second runner. Throw home, not in time. It's a 2 RBI single for Connor Spellman. Nadeau and Aiden Masters both score, and the Dolphins take a 7-4 lead.
Wow, what a big hit from Connor Spellman on 0-2. Cannot put the ball down the middle of the plate if you're Frank Menendez, and that's exactly what he did. Spellman, a good piece of hitting, drove it the other way to right field, knocked in a couple of runs, and that's a big couple of runs for the Dolphins.
And it'll be Cade Hentz, the 9-hole hitter, up now. First pitch is down low for ball 1. Hugh, we were 1 strike away from a platinum propeller beanie. Instead, 2 more runs have scored.
So close.
And a 3-run lead for the Dolphins. My goodness. The 1-0. Hence a ground ball. That's a base hit to left field. Over to third base goes Delgado. The brakes are on. Throw goes all the way home. And the runners move station to station. Bases loaded again for Jacksonville. We're going back to the top of the order now with Will Gale coming up.
I think Cade Hentz is not going to be in the 9th spot in their next game. 4 for 4 tonight. Been on base all 5 times. A great hitter in that bottom of the lineup.
Unbelievable production from the 9-hole hitter. And Kevin O'Sullivan will make the slow walk out to the mound yet again. And Frank Menendez's day is done just like that. Bases loaded and 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Gators unable to get this game to the bottom of the inning unscathed. 2-run score on the RBI single from Connor Spellman to right field. Will Gale, leadoff man, will bat with, I believe, Blake Purnell coming in to relieve Menendez when we come back. 7-4 Jacksonville here in the 9th. You're listening to Florida Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Welcome back to Science Today. And we already have our next caller. Welcome. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Philip.
Hello, Philip. You sound really young.
Not really. I'm 9.
Oh, wow. You're still in elementary school, right?
Does that matter?
Oh, no, not at all. What's your question?
Well, I know the molecular formula for water is H2O. I also know that hydrocarbon is CH3, CH2, 50, CH3. Glucose is C6H12O6. The general formula for an alkene is CnH2n plus 2. But what I can't seem to find is any scientific formula for Bob.
Bob?
My goldfish.
Are you ready for kids who eat healthy? Good nutrition can lead to great things. To find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed, go to mypyramid.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and USDA.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
From the vantage point, Mafatu saw 6 war canoes drawn up on the beach. But what held the boys' eyes in awful trance were the figures, the eaters of men, cannibals. Mafatu watched the...
We welcome you back to Condron Family Ballpark. Eibe and Hugh Green here. Bases loaded for the Dolphins. We're back in the top of the 9th. 2 outs, and the bases juiced. Blake Purnell comes in from the bullpen for the Gators to try and calm the storm that the Dolphins have brought with them here. Top of the order due up, Will Gale takes a called strike 1. 2-run scoring here in the 9th to give Jacksonville a 3-run lead, 7-4. A 2-run single from Connor Spellman against Frank Menendez, who is responsible for all 3 runners on. And he takes a called strike here. Will Gale down 0-2. Purnell looking to just get the Gators out of this jam and send this one to the bottom of the 9th. Purnell set. The 0-2. Slings in a ball outside, 1-2 to Gale.
Purnell trying to have a repeat performance of his last 2 outings, 2 scoreless innings, one against Florida State, 1 against A&M in his last 2 pitching appearances.
Righty on righty matchup here. The 1-2. Wave and a miss. Gale down swinging here, and the bases left loaded for the Jacksonville Dolphins, but the damage has been done. Connor Spellman comes through with a 2-run knock to right field, and the Dolphins have a 7-4 lead going to the bottom of the 9th. Can the Dolphins get it done and get the upset over the number 6 team in the country? The Gators will send their best to the plate in the bottom of the 9th. Caglione, Shelton, Heyman due up when we come back. You're listening to Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
Welcome back to Science Today. And we already have our next caller. Welcome. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Philip.
Hello, Philip. You sound really young.
Not really. I'm 9.
Oh, wow. You're still in elementary school, right?
Does that matter?
Oh, no, not at all. What's your question?
Well, I know the molecular formula for water is H2O. I also know that hydrocarbon is CH3CH250CH3. Glucose is C6H12O6. The general formula for an alkene is CnH2n plus 2. But what I can't seem to find is any scientific formula for Bob.
Bob?
My goldfish.
Are you ready for kids who eat healthy? Good nutrition can lead to great things. To find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed, go to mypyramid.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and USDA.
From the vantage point, Mafatu saw 6 war canoes drawn up on the beach. But what held the boy's eyes in awful trance were the figures, the eaters of men, cannibals. Mafatu watched the strange scene, powerless to move. In that very instant, he heard a crashing in the undergrowth. 4 figures were tearing through the jungle. He turned and ran blindly down the trail, thinking only of his canoe. If only he could reach it before the savages overtook him. Explore new worlds. Find out what happens next by reading the book Call It Courage by Armstrong Sperry. For other great book ideas, visit literacy.gov. A message from the Library of Congress and the Ad Council.
Well, we have arrived to the bottom of the 9th inning here in Gainesville. Ethan Eibe, Hugh Green with you on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Jack Caglione, Colby Shelton, Luke Heyman represent the final hopes for the Florida Gators here against the Jacksonville Dolphins, trying to knock off the nation's 6th-ranked team on their home turf. 7-4 Jacksonville leads, and a new arm on the bump now. Left-hander Jack Carver comes in for Jacks. He faces Caglione. The first pitch. There's a called strike on the outer half. Lefty on lefty matchup. Caglione homered in the 3rd inning, his 8th of the year. The Gators haven't had a hit or a run since their 4-run 3rd inning. The 0-1 pitch. Caglione smokes this one high and deep to right field. When it lands, it'll be a 2-run game. It is not. It is gone for Jack Caglione. A solo shot way out of here to right center field. His 2nd of the game and 9th of the season. 7-5 Jacks. That's what you asked for, Hugh.
That's exactly what you asked for. You got your best hitter up, Jack Caglione. 2nd home run of the day. That one blasted to right center. First one was to left center. Spraying it all over the ballpark tonight is Jack Caglione. What a performance, and that draws the Gators just that much closer. 2-run game.
Here is Colby Shelton now. Slider inside, ball 1. Well, couldn't have asked for a better start to the bottom of the 9th for Florida. 7 runs on 13 hits for the Dolphins, 5 runs, 7 hits for the Gators. Pitch. Called strike. 1-1 to Shelton. And that was their first hit since Tyler Shelnutt's 2-run double in the 3rd inning.
How big is that 2-run single from Connor Spellman in the top of the 9th, though, to add on those 2 runs?
Absolutely. Otherwise, this game would be tied. Slider misses up and in to Shelton, 2-1. Jacksonville was having similar offensive troubles. They've struck out 18 times tonight, aside from their 13 hits. But they broke through in the 9th against the Gators and Frank Menendez. A 2-run single from Connor Spellman. As the 2-1, there's a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Shelton. Sheldon 0 for 3. Did reach in the first inning on a hit by pitch. 2-2 from Carver. And just off the plate for ball 3. Man, that could have gone either way.
Yeah, did not get the call. Carver didn't from Vic Carell behind the plate, but that was definitely a close one to take with 2 strikes.
Lefty on lefty here. Payoff pitch. And outside ball 4. Shelton takes the walk. And now the tying run will come to the plate here with Luke Heyman.
That's a great start to the inning from the Gators. Couldn't ask for anything else. A home run from Kaggs, a walk from Shelton. Now the tying run, as you said, comes to the plate in the form of Luke Heyman.
And that will prompt a mound visit here from Chris Hayes. There is a right-hander warming up in the Jacksonville bullpen here. And it doesn't look like Hayes will pull his left-hander just yet. Conversation ensuing with the entire infield as they talk about how to deal with Luke Heyman.
Yeah, Heyman so far tonight, 1 for 4. Came around to score after his single in the 3rd inning.
In last year's midweek battle with Jacksonville, Gators played 2 games against them, lost the home one, and took the win on the road in Jacks, 18-8. Lost here in Gainesville, 10-8 on March 1st of last year.
Yeah, 102nd meeting all time between these 2 schools today. But the Gators 43-16 in Gainesville in those matchups. That's including that loss last year, as you said, in March, 10-8 loss in Gainesville.
Trying to avoid their 2nd straight loss to these Dolphins. And it now looks like they're going to go to the bullpen. It took a very long time, about 30-plus seconds, for Chris Hayes to make that call.
And it looked like the home plate umpire, Vic Carell, was the one who induced it. He went out there, talked to him, and made him go to the pen.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was out there for quite a while. You only have a certain amount of seconds to have a mound visit. So Hayes pulls the plug on Jack Carver here, and a right-hander coming in for the Dolphins here. With a runner on first, a run in on the Jack Caglione solo shot to right center. We'll get you the distance on that one when we come back. It's a 7-5 Jacksonville lead. Potential tying run coming to the plate next in Luke Heyman. You're listening to Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
Welcome back to Science Today. And we already have our next caller. Welcome. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Philip.
Hello, Philip. You sound really young.
Not really. I'm 9.
Oh, wow. You're still in elementary school, right?
Does that matter?
Oh, no, not at all. What's your question?
Well, I know the molecular formula for water is H2O. I also know that hydrocarbon is CH3CH2, 50CH3. Glucose is C6H12O6. The general formula for an alkene is CnH2n plus 2. But what I can't seem to find is any scientific formula for Bob.
Bob?
My goldfish.
Are you ready for kids who eat healthy? Good nutrition can lead to great things. To find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed, go to mypyramid.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and USDA.
From the vantage point, Mafatu saw 6 war canoes drawn up on the beach. But what held the boys' eyes in awful trance were the figures, the eaters of men, cannibals. Mafatu watched
Back here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network, Ethan Eibe, Hugh Green from Condron Family Ballpark, 7-5 Jacksonville, as they look to shut down the Gators here on the bottom of the 9th. A run home on the Caglione homer, a runner at first on the Shelton walk. Here's Luke Heyman, and he'll face the new arm out of the Dolphins bullpen, Isaac Williams, who is arguably their best asset. couple of saves this year, his 9th appearance tonight. First pitch. Heyman takes a called strike. He could tie it with one swing. He's left the ballpark 6 times this year already. Ty Evans on deck, Tyler Shelnut in the hole. Gators getting a hit for the first time since their 4-run third. Pitch, swing and a miss. Pulled the string on Heyman, he's down 0-2.
That's a nasty changeup right there from Williams. Shows you why he has a 1.29 ERA in his 8 appearances so far this season.
Steidl holding on Shelton at first. 0-2 pitch. Check swing, did he go? No, says the first base umpire, Damian Beal. And that allows Heyman to stay alive.
That was a close one. Our angle, that looked very close to like he went around, but umpire has the last call.
Righty rocks and rolls. Here it is. Check swing again, he did not go. It's an outside fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Straight away defensively for the Dolphins as they look to escape Gainesville with an upset win. The 2-2. Heyman gets a piece of it and fouls it into the Dolphins' third base dugout. Count stays the same. Dolphins got the win here at Condron last year, 10-8. Looking to make it happen again. Shelton off of first, the pitch. Heyman ropes this one to third. Diving play by Masters. Throw to second. Got the out there. Fielder's choice. Heyman safe at first, but man, what a play by Aiden Masters. Diving to his left to pick the one hopper, and from his knees throwing out Shelton at second.
What a play by Masters over there at third. Laid all the way out and then made the throw from his knees to get Shelton running to second, but the umpires will review this one as well.
Kevin O'Sullivan asking for the replay. At this stage in the game, you really have to do that. The Gators have had one successful challenge tonight already. Kevin O'Sullivan leaves the dugout to confirm the review with the umpires, as now 2 of the 4 will head into the tunnel right behind the third base dugout to take a look at it. It was a bang-bang play at second. From my view, it looked like he was out, but we'll get another look here on the video board for a replay momentarily.
It would be a huge break for the Gators if they're able, if this call is overturned, having 2 runners on base with nobody out.
Video board showing Shelton sliding into second. It was a one-hop throw from Masters, and it looks to be an out. Shelton, as he slid, picked up his right leg, allowing his trailing leg to be the one that hit the bag first. Not the greatest choice.
Yeah, that sometimes happens when you're sliding into any base with feet first. Your leg you tuck under your other leg kind of pops that one up, and that's exactly what happened there. That's a slide you would have if there was a play for
And a quick review comes to an end as Damian Beal confirms the call at second base. What a play by Aiden Masters in the hot corner, robbing Heyman of a hit and recording the first out here in the 9th. 7-5 Jacksonville. Still the potential tying run coming up in Ty Evans, but man, that puts a snag into things. Otherwise, you would have had first and second, nobody out. Gators still have an opportunity here to get back in this thing against Isaac Williams. First pitch to Evans. Swing and a miss. That check swing most certainly went around. The return throw to the pitcher after that pitch went right by Williams. It was a throw shanked by the catcher, I'll say.
Asking for a new ball now.
Ty Evans going up there with stars in his eyes, aggressive as always, and just couldn't hang away from that low and outside fastball. Shelton at first. Check that, Heyman at first now. The 0-1. Ground ball here to short, picked up by Hentz. He will have one play, that's to first. Throw on the run, and in time to get Evans. A nice pick at first base by Josh Steidl. Up to second base goes Heyman on the play. Another bang-bang play there on the base paths. And now the Gators are down to their final out with Tyler Shelnut coming to the plate.
And another stellar play from the infield here of Jacksonville. They got 20 errors on the season so far. Does not look like that tonight at all.
Evans, 2 for 2 tonight. Check that, Shelnut. And he takes ball 1 outside. Shelnut, 1 for 4. He doubled. It was a 2-run double in the 3rd inning. Caglione homered earlier this frame to get the Gators a run back. They're still down 2. Shelnut could tie it with 1 swing. The 1-0 misses outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Jacksonville 1 out away from their 8th win of the season. And for the 2nd year in a row, taking down the Gators on their home turf. Didn't expect this much drama in a midweek game, but here we are, folks. The 2-0. Shelnut rips it, base hit left field, right in between the shortstop and third baseman. Up to third goes Heyman. He will stop there. And the Gators aren't done yet. Landon Russell will be next.
Yeah, there's no quitting these Gators as they put another runner aboard, tying runners on base now. A big at-bat for Landon Russell, still looking for his first hit this season. 0 for 7 as a Gator.
The Gulf Coast Community College transfer up in what will be his biggest AB of the season so far. As the catcher Connor Spellman steps out in front of home plate, relays the signs to his infield. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. 7-5 Jacksonville, 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Isaac Williams set and deals. Russell pulls this one, base hit left field. Into score comes Heyman. It's a 1-run game. Landon Russell, his first hit as a Gator is a huge one. 7-6.
What a way to get your first hit for the University of Florida. Landon Russell, huge down to the last out in the bottom of the 9th inning. Base hit, drives in a run, and gets the tying run in scoring position.
And that will prompt another mountain visit here for JU. I don't believe that's the manager out there. There is no one warming up in the bullpen for the Dolphins. This is Isaac Williams' game to save or lose. And it will be Armando Albert due up for the Gators. Pinch hit just an inning ago for Brody Dene, flew out to left field, has remained in the game as the designated hitter. Albert also in his first season for the Gators as a transfer from Santa Fe College. And he has an opportunity here to tie this game or win it. First and second, 2 outs. Gators down 7-6 in the 9th. First pitch. Called, strike 1 on the outer half. Albert batting from the left side. Infield straight up. Shortstop playing closer to second. The 0-1. Albert takes it outside. A close call, but it's 1-1.
That's a good take from Albert there. Don't want to go down 0-2 to a guy who's throwing as well as Williams has this season.
Russell at first, Shelnut at second. Williams on the 1-1. Wave and a miss. A slider tucked inside, and Albert waved and missed at it. And the Gators down to their final strike tonight.
That is a nasty slider on the inside from Isaac Williams. We'll see if he goes back to it here with 2 strikes.
He's ready. The 1-2. Called, strike 3. Albert down looking, and the Jacksonville Dolphins have stunned the Florida Gators tonight. They get the win here in Gainesville, 7-6, and it looks like the Dolphins are acting like they won the World Series right now as Tyler Shelnut is hollering at some of these JU players, and the Gators are coming out of their dugout to back him up. Shelnut now turns and heads back to the dugout after getting into some verbal back and forths with a celebrating Dolphins team. They're high-fiving in a line across the mound. They get it done tonight in Gainesville, 7-6. The final score. My goodness, this game, how much excitement can you have on a Tuesday night? JU my goodness, they get it done, Hugh Green.
Yeah, they do. What a performance from Jacksonville. Come in here, they weren't scared of the Gators whatsoever. They got right away, they got on the board. 2 runs in that first inning, put the pressure on the Gators to score and come back the whole game. And what a performance from Jacksonville, especially their pitching.
Chris Hayes has to be proud of this group. For the second year in a row, they have come into Gainesville and gotten the win here at Condron Family Ballpark over these Florida Gators. We'll step aside here for the moment, and when we return, the Orange and Blue Sports Network postgame show from Condron Ballpark. Final score, Jacksonville 7, Florida 6. You're listening to Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
This is the sound of someone correctly installing a car seat. And this is the sound of someone incorrectly installing a car seat. Correctly, incorrectly. Hear the difference? No? That's because installing a car seat incorrectly is terribly easy. So much so, 75% of adults install them wrong. For simple instructions on how to get it right, visit buckleupforlife.org. Ah, perfectly executed. Brought to you by Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center.
My name is Ruth Rusi, and this is how I live United. I read to children as part of United Way's education program. It helps them create links between language and literacy and prepares them for a better academic future. I figure I have the time and they have the need. My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Hey, Russell Wilson here, and I know how important exercise is.
It's essential. It's essential.
With Play 60, United Way and the NFL are helping kids stay active and play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids. Healthy kids.
But what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60 because great things happen when we live united.
Donate, donate.
Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Are you saving for a big purchase or just trying to put money away for a rainy day? The National Foundation for Credit Counseling offers these tips to help you meet your savings goals. Set aside money from every paycheck, bank any raises, bonuses, or tax refunds, and put away loose change every night. It adds up. For more tips on how to save money and reach your financial goals, call a certified NFCC counselor at 1-800-388-2227 or visit nfcc.org, a public service from the National Foundation for Credit Counseling.
Gaining weight was easy. Losing it's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes it
Morning, Daddy!
very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
Back here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Not the way the Gators wanted this one to go on this Tuesday night. Little midweek action ends up in favor of the visitors. Jacksonville, the Dolphins win it 7-6. 7 runs on 13 hits, no errors, and 12 left on base for the Dolphins. And for the Gators, 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 11 left on base. Welcome to the Orange and Blue Sports Network postgame show. I'm Ethan Eibe alongside Hugh Green. As the fans file out of Condron Family Ballpark tonight, they thought they'd show up and watch the Gators beat up on the little guy. Instead, David has slayed Goliath here for the second year in a row, no less, Hugh.
Yeah, it was quite the opposite of what people thought was going to happen coming into this game, but that's why you play the games in baseball. You never know what's going to happen, and Jacksonville put a great performance up. 7 runs, 13 hits against the mighty Gators is something that you can be very proud of if you're Jacksonville.
Absolutely, and the Gators found themselves playing from behind pretty much the entire night. From the get-go, the Dolphins put together a couple of runs in the first inning. Aiden Masters, the third baseman, with a 2-run single got it started, added on an RBI groundout from Masters in the third to make it 3-0. Then the Gators' bats came to life against the starter Blake Barquin. A 4-run third inning, 2-run shot from Jack Caglione got it started, his 8th of the year, and a 2-run double from Tyler Shelnut brought in the Gators' first lead of the night. So they led it 4-3 until the very next half inning when the Dolphins put together 2 more runs, an RBI single from Justin Nadeau, And a ground-out RBI from Josh Stadel made it 5-4. And for that Gators third inning, it would be their final hit and final run until the ninth. Jacksonville put together a nice rally in the ninth inning against Frank Menendez and Blake Purnell. Ended up being a 2-run single from Connor Spellman, who up to that point was 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, providing some crucial insurance for JU. Made it 7-4 at the time. Sent the Gators to the bottom of the ninth, needing 3 to tie and 4 to win. Jack Caglione started it emphatically, my friend, with a solo shot to right center field, 404 feet. If you can believe, I thought that one was 500 feet. His first one out to left center field was 455 feet. It's just how it goes sometimes. His 9th of the season. Then the Gators kept on keeping on in that 9th inning. Got a couple of runners on, made stuff happen. Landon Russell with an RBI single made it a 7-6 game, but in the end, the Gators strand runners on first and second as Armando Albert struck out to end the game, with Isaac Williams getting the save. This game, Hugh, was just a constant spell of opportunities wasted for the Gators.
Yeah, for sure. The Jacksonville pitching, their bullpen was just phenomenal. 5 pitchers combined in this game to put away the Gators, and Williams with a save at the end. But as you said, lots of missed opportunities for Florida. They left 11 runners on base, and that is something you just can't do when you're playing a baseball game. You can't leave double-digit runners on base. A lot of the times that was second and third, first and second, with 1 out, no outs, and weren't able to get it done.
Absolutely. And looking at JU's pitching performance, 4 runs tagged to the starter Blake Barquin over his 3 innings. Dylan Faulkner and Divine Ville combined for 5 shutout innings until that 9th, when Jack Carver gave up the 2-run shot, or the solo shot, to Jack Caglione, and then Isaac Williams locked it down in the end. Kevin O'Sullivan threw the kitchen sink at this JU lineup tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 arms used. Ryan Slater opened it up, gave up 2 runs in his opening frame. Fisher Jameson, Robert Satin, Grayson Smith, Luke McNeely all got action, and then Alex Philpott, Frank Menendez, and Blake Purnell in the latter third of the ball game. One bright spot I'd say was Luke McNeely, terrific over his 2 1/3 innings, scoreless with 6 strikeouts, and all things told, 18 strikeouts today for this Gator pitching staff.
Yeah, that's something that you'll definitely be proud of walking away from this game. If nothing else, obviously, Caglione's performance at the plate, 2 home runs. But for the pitching, they gave up 7 runs, yes, and 13 hits. But 18 strikeouts is an incredible thing to see. Lots of strikeouts, lots of balls putting right at the knees, on the corners. So a good job from these pitchers, and especially from McNeely, as you said. He had 6 of those 18.
And it's disturbing when you think about it, looking at the bigger picture here. The Gators coming off a weekend where they faced the number 4 team in the nation in Texas A&M to open up Southeastern Conference play. They took 2 out of 3 at home against the Aggies on Friday and Sunday. Played an incredible series, played their hearts out, and then on a Tuesday night in Gainesville, Jacksonville comes in here and gets a 7-6 win. That to me tells me that this Gator baseball team plays to the level of its competition. What do you say?
Oh, yeah, I totally agree with that. They play up, they play better to the better teams they play down to the lower level teams that they face, and that you can't do that in college baseball at all, because lots of this will happen. The Gators play tons of midweek games against lower level opponents, non-SEC teams, and if this is the performance that they're going to have, they're going to be losing a lot of games.
And it's interesting because so far the Gators' struggles can mostly be pinned on their pitching not coming through in key scenarios. That really was not the case tonight. Obviously, we pointed out that the Gators failed to get a hit from innings 4 through 8. So aside from Caglione and aside from Tyler Shelnut, the offense just really wasn't there tonight.
No, not at all. Yeah, as you said, those 2 guys just did everything for the Gators. Shelnut, Caglione, and Evans, the only guys with 2 hits. Everybody else just 1 or none. And that's not a recipe for success for this Gator team.
Now looking ahead, the Gators have LSU on the road Friday through Sunday. Their second conference series will take place in Baton Rouge. So we'll see if they can get back on track. They're going to be throwing their usual rotation of Fisher, Liam Peterson, and then Jack Caglione on Sunday. What are you going to be looking for from them? And it's going to be interesting to see if they can get back to their winning ways against a better opponent.
Yeah, definitely. LSU 17-4 on the season. They lost their first conference series last weekend against Mississippi State, but definitely, as we talked about it just a few minutes ago, will the Gators play up to the level of LSU, or will they play at the same level as they did tonight? If they do play up like they did against Texas A&M, they have a really good chance. And if the pitchers can do what they did over last weekend, especially Caglione, if they can pitch as well as they did, then they can come out of Baton Rouge with a series victory.
It'll be a fun one. College World Series Finals rematch at long last between the Gators and the Louisiana State Tigers on deck. Hugh Green, any final thoughts before we say goodbye tonight?
It's not a great performance from the Gators. That's something that I think you just got to put in the back of the mind and just throw it away like it doesn't happen, like it didn't happen. You got to focus on what's next. SEC play is so important in college baseball's conference play, so that's got to be a big one. The big 3 games coming up this weekend.
The next chapter of the Gators' SEC schedule will be written this weekend. 2-1 so far. The Gators fall to 12-8 on the young 2024 season, about a month in now. Jacksonville improves to 8-12 for the second year in a row. The Dolphins have come into Condron Family Ballpark and emerged the victor. JU, 7 runs on 13 hits, no errors. They left 12 runners on base. And for the number 6 Florida Gators, 6 runs on 9 hits, no errors. They left 11 runners on base tonight. The win goes to Dylan Faulkner for JU, 1-0 on the season, and the loss tagged to Grayson Smith for the Gators. Isaac Williams with the save, his 3rd of the season. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 7 minutes. The attendance tonight at Condron Family Ballpark, 5,167. Once again, the Gators drop this one tonight, 7-6 to Jacksonville. They'll be back at it Friday in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, against the LSU Tigers. Kate Fisher on the bump, 8 o'clock first pitched Eastern Time. We appreciate you all tuning into this broadcast on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. On behalf of everybody involved, from my broadcast partner, Hugh Green, my name is Ethan Ives, saying so long from Gainesville.
Tuning into the Orange and Blue Sports Network's coverage. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at OBSN Gators. That's OBSN Gators. Until next time, go Gators.